Time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment. Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports. 2 Men On, with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Mike's hot. It's Wednesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? That means the boys are at the Horn YMCA.
Let's go.
Let's do that. Live and on location. I haven't worked out enough recently, so I'm carrying a little guilt, boys. I'm carrying a little guilt.
Oh, is that what you call guilt?
It is.
I think it's called weight.
It's how
weight.
Okay, I'm down a lot of pounds.
Carrying weight.
At least you can add recently to the end of that. I cannot.
I like that. Pull that microphone up just a little bit. DWC. David,
How's
we see
this?
Yes, that is the thing. David Weesey Carl is with us. He is the New Mexico United Vice President of the aforementioned team. Yesterday, you kicked out cancer. Today, you announced playoff tickets. This is monumental on top of monumental for the New Mexico United. Congratulations, brother. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a good time. It's a busy time. We're very fortunate to have a very good team on and off the pitch, and a lot of stuff coming to fruition right now. We still got a lot of work to do on a lot of this stuff.
Kick out cancer. There's an exclusive kit. The players on the field are going to wear pink. It is going to have the names of kids with pediatric cancer currently battling on the back. They are going to be escorted by those exact same kids to the field with the name of the players on their jerseys. Talk to us a little bit about the partnership with Pink Warrior House Foundation. Talk to us about what they do here in the community. Also, we know a lot about them. We worked with them a ton.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this before whatever you say, because I know it's going to be awesome and lovely. They are currently serving this communication in a capacity that larger organizations are not willing to come in and do, and they are built with love. That is an organization built with love.
100% love, hard work, sweat, tears, mostly love. But yeah, that's an incredible organization. If you've never heard of Pink Warrior House Foundation, they provide what you need when you are going through breast cancer. So that could be a shoulder to lean on, that could be a wig, that could be distractions for your kids while you're going through chemotherapy. That could be any number of things. And they just care so deeply. So we're honored to work with them. And so, like you mentioned at the top there, we're going to be working alongside them. We're working with UNMH and Presbyterian, both their pediatric oncology groups, and they're incredible folks who provide really important treatment for kids in need. And it's not just kids, actually. We say kids, but I mean, there's folks as old as, early 20s in there too. But like you mentioned, we paired up each one of our players with a kiddo from either UNMH or Presbyterian. They went and spent the day with them, had a great time, played games, played video games, kicked a soccer ball around, jumped on the monkey bars, just hung out in some cases, and got to know these kids one-on-one and develop some really awesome relationships. And now at the end of that day, each of the players presented a jersey with that kid's name on it. Said, cool. I'm going to wear this on the pitch, and you're going to come out with me. It's so cool. I've never seen it happen where I'm surprised the league let us do it, but I'm glad they did, where they're not going to wear their own names. They're going to wear the names of those kids, and the kids, like you mentioned, are going to walk out with them wearing the names of the players. And then we're going to raffle off those game-worn jerseys with all the proceeds going to Pink Warrior House. And again, when you buy a jersey at a raffle, or you just buy one for yourself, those proceeds go to Pink Warrior House Foundation, and they deserve it.
Allison Hendricks Smith, obviously, is Pink Warrior House. She is a tremendous individual and does it on a lot of different levels and facets.
All right, playoff tickets.
Let's do it.
On sale today. When did they drop and when did they sell out? I was assuming it's the same.
It's got to be the same number.
Same 15-minute window.
So they dropped at noon today, and we didn't give anybody a heads up. We just said, hey, they're open now. We didn't say it was coming. We didn't tease you. Just like, they're open. We got a date. That's what we were waiting on from the league. We clinched a playoff spot a while ago. We clinched a home playoff spot last week.
No big deal. First one in the history of the thing or whatever. No big deal.
Well, we've been in the playoffs 5 or 6 years. This is the first time we're hosting, right? So we clinched that last week. When we got that clinched, we started conversations with the league on when we could host. That's going to be November 3rd, 6 p.m. at the Lab. It's a Sunday. So come hang out with us. And as soon as we got that, we put them on sale. They're on sale now. They went out at noon, and they are going fast. I can tell you, I know I've said this on the air.
but not even the family of 4 can get in there. That's awful that you guys did that.
It's funny that you mentioned that because we didn't.
It's still $19 to get on the berm?
$19 in the berm,
Stop,
$19 in the supporter section. And by the way, if you're a season ticket holder, you still get your 20% discount on these tickets too. So you can reduce it even further from that.
And you said it's a 2:00 game. What time is it?
6 p.m. kickoff.
So hold on, United and Jags at Eagles on Sunday Night Football. I mean, that's the night for you.
This is the third time New Mexico United has overlapped with my Eagles. We're only in week 4. Come on, jeez. But no, it's going to be a blast. We went with Sunday intentionally because Lobos play on Saturday. And we want to play nice, and they've been very helpful with allowing us to use their lot for tailgate.
There's only one parking lot. I mean, what are we going to do?
And UNM's been great. Yeah, they're so helpful with that. So go to the Lobo game on Saturday. Come to the United playoff game on Sunday. It'll be a blast. Great weekend in New Mexico sports.
Well, it's a great week because Halloween night, we all know, October 31st at the Rio Rancho Event Center. It's Brute 666, Duke City Championship Wrestling. Let's go. That's going to be a heck of a little 4-day run there for this great community.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You have these wrestlers. You're wearing a Hobo Hank t-shirt right now.
As we sit in front of each other.
Hobo Hank, is he like...
He's available for Sunday, yes.
Well, he's already wearing... He's already wearing like his wrestling costume.
Garb.
Okay, we'll go garb.
Yeah.
Does he wear like a special Halloween costume?
It is a special Halloween costume night. Yeah, that's absolutely what we're doing. Okay. I think we just put him out there as Mr. Moneybags from Monopoly.
Make him rich.
Yeah, for one night only.
The antithesis.
Fred literally dressed up as Hobo Hank last Halloween.
I did see that.
Yeah. That was my move.
Yeah.
I'm into weird stuff. But
I don't need to know about that on the air, Fred.
It hasn't come out yet, but you, like we said, you for $20 can get into the United game on Sunday.
The first playoff game in New Mexico history. Yeah.
$19.
$19.
The day before, you can definitely get in a Lobo game for $19. 2 days before that, you can definitely get into Duke City Championship Wrestling for $20.
Come on.
Like it's wild how much entertainment is available
and quality entertainment in New Mexico, sports entertainment, like that kind of entertainment. You're playing in another market, you're paying 5 times as much. I mean, really, that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You're paying 5 times as much, and you're getting the same experience. So I think we sometimes take for granted how good we have it here as sports fans. I mean, the Lobo games are terrific. The United matches are terrific. The Isotopes games are terrific. Like, come hang out.
Now, did you, the front office, and a bunch of players have to reschedule vacations after the year because of this deep playoff run you guys are going into?
We know better than to schedule vacations.
Okay, smart, good answer.
And the championship match, the final, will be right before Thanksgiving. So hopefully we'll get that out of the way right before Thanksgiving. Then we can go on a nice break.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, it's good timing.
Well, and then November the 27th, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, Skanksgiving with Duke City Championship Wrestling, our all-women's show. That's going to be
my.
It's going to be a ton going on in that one.
Did you say an all-women show?
Yeah, it's we're calling it Skanksgiving.
The date again?
That's the title you're going with? Is that set in stone, that title?
You don't like it? You don't think it's marketable?
I guess it depends on your audience.
You've never been home for the holidays in your hometown? And Thanksgiving Eve, you go out and all the ladies.
That's the number one drinking night of the year.
Yeah, we're going to wrestle on it. We have a whole vision.
Also, I can tell you've got a vision, my guy.
We're going to celebrate your championship.
I like that.
At Skanksgiving. This is the plan. There's no doubt in my mind.
All right, there we are.
I'll get a United belt commissioned.
I know. I heard rumors that there's been progress on conversations about having Duke City Championship Wrestling.
Don't put it out there if it's not real. You're the vice president.
I've heard. I'm just saying. I've heard that conversations have been progressing. That's all I've heard.
It would be excellent.
Yeah,
it'd be the best thing ever.
So that was super smart of your organization, your coach, your players to take that whooping right before the playoffs start. You get that one out of the way, and then it's smooth sailing.
I'm gonna be honest. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel good.
Sure.
Yeah. So for those not in the know, what Van's referencing there is we took a bit of a shellacking last week.
A bit.
4-0. I mean, that's bad, man. That's bad. But here's the thing, man. And Van, I think you're being facetious, but you're right. You know, I talked to our sporting director, Itamar Kenan, after the match, and he's like, we needed that.
Sure.
We needed that. Yeah. And again, nobody likes to lose 4-0, but most championship teams, I think, I've been a sports fan for my whole life. They have one of those.
Got a dip.
And then coach can go in and say, you think you're hot stuff? Look what just happened there. If you don't get it together, that can happen in the postseason. I think if I'm coach, and our coach is a hell of a lot smarter than I am, but if I'm coach, I'm using that as motivation immediately.
Oh, sure.
And I think it can only make us better.
Aaron Judge,
you got like a whole season of fantastic tape, fantastic data, and then that one stinker.
Yep.
You can use that. Yep. Like, hey, this is what we don't want to do going forward.
If you let off the gas for a moment, That's what happens.
Sure.
So don't let off the gas.
But and that's the internal conversation, right? But we're not the Super X's and O's show.
Yeah.
But if whoever you're matched up against in the playoffs, which you don't know who it is yet.
Not yet. No.
So with whoever that is, if they're looking back at this tape against Sacramento and they're saying, "Hey, this is how Sacramento," to coach against that.
That's right.
You know to be ready for that thing.
Yep.
And then you end up in a real advantageous situation. Also, earlier this year, Aaron Judge won 100 at bats without a home run, like in a row.
Yeah.
He does not suck.
Yeah,
like that kind of thing happens. All right, so playoff tickets are announced. They're not all sold out yet, but they literally will be by payday.
They're going to be sold out very soon.
Yeah, so make sure you get on that. That's obviously over at NewMexicoUTD.com. You go right there on the ticket link. It's on the front. When is the game for Kick Out Cancer?
It's a week from today.
Okay.
So what's that? October 9th. So 1 week from today, 7:00 kickoff at the lab. It'll be us against a team we really, really don't like, and that's Phoenix Rising, with the opportunity for us to clinch the 1 seed in the Western Conference. Big deal.
All right, putting this in my phone right here.
To me, it just felt like you guys clinched it like a month ago.
We feel good, right?
10 points.
Sure. We cannot right now. We cannot finish below 3rd place. But if we win that match, 1st place, 1st in the West, home for the playoffs for the entire Western Conference. Yeah.
Will there be a playoff T-shirt?
Yeah.
Okay.
There will be.
Need that.
There will be a playoff T-shirt. There'll be a playoff hat, and hopefully more T-shirts and hats after that.
Can I talk to you about one of my favorite things in merchandising?
Yeah.
I was there shirts.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Can we I need the playoff I was there shirt.
I mean, so there will be playoff tees coming out.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the one that we all hope happens is a championship T-shirt, right? A championship hat, all those kinds of things. And that's the ultimate. I was there. I still have my Phillies. I was there. World Series, hat. I have my Eagles, Super Bowl. I was there hat. And I've saved those for years because we haven't won in a long time.
CM Punk returning at Survivor Series.
You were
in
there.
Chicago All-State. I was there.
Yeah, that thing. That's, But yes, so those will exist. We gotta earn those shirts. We gotta earn those hats.
I need to order my Astros lost 2 straight and got kicked out of the playoffs, and I watched it on MLB.com shirt. That's what I need.
Was there?
Yeah, Tigers are no joke, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Little weird.
Did we watch different games?
bunch.
Because Houston just threw it away.
I didn't watch.
Oh,
it.
they put it in the dirt.
Did
They chased into the backstop.
Oh, no.
Once you give up the tying in the 8th and later, it's just over for you.
Mhm.
And this was it the first time the Stros haven't been to the ALCS in what 7 years? 7 years.
7 years.
Is that real? 2016?
Yeah.
Jeez.
The reign is over. 2 new teams are going to be in the ALCS.
Hallelujah.
I'm not upset about it, but I'm trying not to be a jerk about it. I'm no Astros fan. You know that.
I mean, not a lot of people are.
Yeah.
For tickets, NewMexicoUTD.com/tickets. That will get you into next week's game too. I mean, go to all of them. Just go to all of them.
There's 2 home matches left in the regular season. We
Yeah.
got next Wednesday, and then we got October 26th, and then we kick off the playoffs on November 3rd.
Now I know you said first playoff game in the history of New Mexico.
First home playoff game.
First home playoff game.
Yeah.
Are you talking just soccer? Or is this like all sports? Because I'm
No.
trying to think in my head. I'm like, who else would have played playoffs?
I'm sure
The Ice Wolves.
the Topes have been in the playoffs in the past. I'm sure that the
Is that
Dukes,
home games though?
Gladiators.
I don't know about home games.
Yeah.
I know.
Gladiators.
Ice
yeah.
I'm sure the Dukes. I'm sure the Gladiators, the Wolves, the Aardvarks.
Yeah, I
Shout
don't-
out the Aardvarks.
Yeah.
I don't know how rugby has a playoff.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know how it works
Pitch,
at all.
Duke City Championship Wrestling.
No, we don't.
No playoffs.
It's not actually sports, so we got to be very clear.
You heard it here first, folks.
A home theater performance.
Yeah.
The theater
Bring a friend.
with lubed dudes.
We
Lube
leave
Dudes is my new band name. Lube Dudes.
we leave one of those ghost lights on in the back. Like that's how superstitious we are. Like we don't know what we're doing.
You always say break a leg. You never say good luck. That kind of thing.
Not in wrestling.
Not in
either.
wrestling. Yeah, you don't say
No,
break a leg
that's
in
awful.
wrestling. Now that I think about that.
Hey, dislocate
All right.
a shoulder.
I know you're going from this media to the next one. One last time, give us the recap. 1 week from today is
It's going to be Kick Out Cancer Night against Phoenix Rising. Come to the match at the lab, 7:00 on the 9th, and you'll be able to get your Kick Out Cancer jersey with all proceeds benefiting Pink Warrior House Foundation. They're incredible.
Are there any tickets in the supporter section left?
There may be a few, but
Go.
not
All right,
many.
go get those now.
Yeah,
So,
not many.
Mhm.
Yeah, hey, sit wherever you want. I mean, more power to whoever. Like,
Sure.
if you can spend the 19 and get in the supporter, spend the 19 and get in the supporter because
It's a blast.
it's a million times worth it.
The smoke bombs will be pink that night instead of black and yellow, which would be kind of cool.
I really like. I mean, there's not a bad seat in the house. I like the bird's eye view.
That's my favorite
because there's less people around to watch me Googling what the penalties are. So I don't have to embarrass myself in the middle of the crowd.
It's also a good spot. I mean, I've got plenty of friends who sit up in 201, 203, whatever it is, and you can just see how the play develops. It's nice.
I don't know who keeps official stats, but I think I saw you were just like a handful of passes short of 500 in your 4-0 loss the other day. And I go, you just hold on to the ball the whole time? Like, what is the deal here? Like, we
think about it. You get, let's say you're the team who's ahead, right? You get up 3-0.
You just keep bombing it down there.
Yeah, I mean, what do you? They got to come down. They got to come past you. Get past 10, 11 men. It's going to be tough.
Van would do well.
Getting past men.
That was a stretch. That was a stretch, Fred.
Oh, you do okay. Sorry, not well.
I mean, the effort would be there. I don't know about the form or function, but the effort.
Never question the effort.
DWC has to go, and we have to lay to rest one Van Nunley today in his fandom of the Houston Astros.
Well, not my fandom, my season.
Also your fandom.
Wow. Never.
They're losers now.
If I stayed through the cheating, I'm staying through the
You've kind of made it through the hardest part
Yeah.
here. They're still a playoff team. I mean, not the Cardinals.
We'll be back again
All right, so
next
that
year.
hurts. The thing you said at the end there. That was the one that went home with me.
Sorry, bud.
I called over there the other day. I called the guys that run Cardinals radio. I'm like, hey, like new president, you guys like shuffling it up. You need me to come home. You need a little helper.
And they're like, yeah, we'll call you right back. Yep.
They were like, you know how many applications we would get?
We'll meet you. We'll meet you in the parking lot. You go first.
Yeah. That'd be something though, right?
Wouldn't that be cool?
I would invite you guys to one game.
I'd go. Take me there on Ryan Howard Appreciation Night.
That's basically every night.
Great. I'm down.
I feel like he would meet you at any barbecue place in town.
I love that man. You know, he played for the Savannah Bananas at Citizens Bank Park the other day. So did Shane Victorino, both of them. Heroes.
Ooh.
Legends. The Flying Hawaiian.
Today I learned.
Yep. Go Nanners.
R.I.P. Van when we get back. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Sports Animal. to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. Jacques Tony is joining us on the program. He is the YMCA. Jacques, welcome.
What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all been?
We're just excited to get you to punch down a little bit on Van Nunley and his Houston Astros as they were eliminated today, embarrassingly, against the Tigers of Detroit, as in the 8th inning, the Astros decided to, what's worse than imploding?
I'm not getting involved in that one today.
It's
I'm a Yankees fan.
Well, it was definitely an implosion because they caused it themselves and it went straight inwards. I said inwards.
Can't relate. I made the playoffs. Number 1 Yankees, baby. Can't
Wait,
relate.
what do you mean? We made the playoffs as well.
No, this one doesn't
went
count.
ahead and lost the first 2.
This was
and in dominant. Well, the first game got dominated completely. The second game beat themselves in embarrassing fashion.
Now, Jacques, the reason we bring you here, obviously representing the YMCA, which we will talk about a ton, is Van is not accustomed to having a losing team, as his Houston Astros have played in the ALCS every single year since 2016. You are a New Jersey Jets fan, therefore you're very accustomed to this. Can you help walk him through the stages of grief as a fan of a loser team?
Well, as a Jets fan, it's been about 50 plus years. So
Yes.
There's no stages of grief. We just move on to the next season and hopefully we're better than last, which we're gonna be this year, especially if we get Devontae Adams.
So that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically a certainty at this point.
I know I mean you're probably saying that, but we're not gonna get Devontae for the low, which we're probably gonna pitch him low because the Steelers will probably pitch him for a little bit more than us. So
just to be very clear, and I want everyone to listen, money does not matter in the NFL.
It does, right?
If they can create a storyline where Aaron Rodgers is playing with Devontae Adams, the NFL will create that, and then they will flex them into every primetime game for the end of the year. That's how the NFL works.
Well, any game they can flex into, they absolutely will. But Aaron Rodgers had so many primetime games already and continues to.
Monday night already? We're going to London now this week. Like, what else do we need? We're already
Devontae Adams. The answer is Devontae Adams.
No, we need an offensive line.
NFL's not hurting for viewers. Like they don't need anything special formula to get people to watch football. They're going to watch as much as they need to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But Aaron Rodgers in primetime, you get football fan and Joe Rogan conspiracy theorist all in the same viewing block.
Let's go.
Recipe for success.
Yep, sure is. But no, the Jets is looking good so far. It was a sloppy.
No, they are not.
It was a sloppy weekend in Denver.
Wilson is MIA.
First time. Well, they're trying to figure that out still. You know, notice he's throwing to Lazard what he has already figured out for years. So he's just trying to figure everybody else out, get that field. Brees Hall is holding it down in the backfield. So we're just trying to get it together, get the pieces together. As I was saying early on, we don't take reps in the preseason. We're still trying to figure it out week 4 or 5. So now that's where we're at.
Well, that's why they don't need practice, because Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams have already played together so very much. I'm telling you, it's an instant connection. You trade Brees Hall, who you're not using at all. You like the kid from Wisconsin, so you're going to play the Wisconsin kid. You trade Brees Hall and name a defensive lineman that's not the one good one, and then that's it. That's the deal. Like
I don't know.
Brees Hall in the second round pick.
Here's what the Jets
do.
do.
Second round pick.
Yeah, see, that's it right
send
there.
It too.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's exactly what you do. The Jets suck at drafting so bad. You just give away your second round pick because the Jets are going to whiff on it anyways.
That's a good point.
And you get a for sure thing with Devontae Adams.
We should just give up the first round pick. We don't do good with those anyway. So
now you guys are like joking. You're like, Fred, you don't know what you're talking about. Fred, you're the guy. You guys don't know what it's like to miss your friends? Like if he goes there, and then obviously they re-sign Randall Cobb for some reason. If he goes there, and it's Devontae, Lazard, Aaron Rodgers, his old head coach Hackett doing the offense, and then you just bring in Randall Cobb just for a locker room.
No, Randall Cobb, forget that. Just unretire Jordy Nelson
I don't hate that either.
That sounds like a terrible idea, but
I'd buy the jersey.
I think the players
Jersey
are
Nelson?
part of the situation, but I'm an NFL insider. I know that there's some stuff going on in the locker room that they don't want to tell you guys, but there's some stuff going on in the locker room and on the sidelines.
It's obvious he hates Garrett Wilson. Why does he hate Garrett Wilson?
I don't know.
Is this a stupid, like, baggy windmill guy outside of the car lot jersey? Is that why he hates him so much?
He's not the only one that he hates, but he hates his coach too. But we won't get into that today. But
why not? Well, I don't understand why we wouldn't, because we should.
Because I think that Aaron thinks that he should be the coach, but he has to remember, he has to like separate himself from player and coach. And he needs to understand that he was brought into New York to still be a player that happens to have a lot of experience and not be the coach. And that's where we're butting heads at there.
So you're saying, and just hear me out, if the New Jersey Jets go to their head coach, Aaron Rodgers, and star quarterback, and they say, we're bringing you Devontae Adams and Randall Cobb, you think he's going to say no? He's not for a second going to say no.
He's not going to say no.
He's going to say, nom, nom, nom. And he's going to do that thing they used to do where they pretend to eat cereal on the field.
Yeah, and he's going to look at his coaches. He's going to say, I can't think of the nice words right now. He's going to say, this guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of plays you're going to call now? You're going to keep running screens for no reason and throwing over the back shoulder throws? That's not what we're going to do every play, dude.
No, Devontae will just run past people. That will be the end of it. Now,
and
also,
into.
Yeah,
and
that's
around.
his thing too.
Yeah.
He does that too. Also, Breece Hall will be on a different team because they don't know what they're doing with the dude that talented.
I think we need an offensive line. It's not that we don't know what's going on. It's that we can't do nothing. By the way, New York Jets, I'm available still.
Breece Hall stutters worse than me, like trying to hit on a girl in high school. Like he cannot do it out there on the field. He's afraid to get yelled at by Aaron Rodgers. He's afraid
there too. I would be afraid too. But I stand behind those 5 not so. I got those 5 titty bumpers back there. I would not feel safe. Like,
does Devontae Adams know what you're saying? Because the only other trade destination for Devontae Adams obviously is the New Orleans Saints, so you can go play with David Carr.
Nah, the Steelers would look good with him too, and the Steelers are definitely one of the teams looking at him. So,
who are they going to trade? Russell Wilson?
Well, I mean, he ain't worth.
Yeah,
I mean,
the Raiders do low key need a quarterback. My guy Gardner's not doing it.
Yeah,
he's winning games. He just
what's a full team effort? About how
another
guys
team
doing?
he would look good on is in Minnesota, but nobody to get him the ball for real because
cheat code.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be disgusting.
That would be disgusting.
That's the best team in the NFL.
Record wise,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Oh, they don't like the party? You gonna tell me John Daly wasn't a good golfer?
I mean, that quarterback is awful right now. That quarterback plays.
What?
Yeah. It's like we get one good game, 18 for 18, one game, and then like we're just kings of football. No.
Well, that's Detroit. They're not the best.
Oh yeah, well, not the best, but yeah, quarterback play has been awful this season. The Chiefs been paying those refs really well and winning games.
If they weren't 4-0, if they were any other record, people would be like, time for Travis Kelce to retire. He's a slouch. He only cares about his podcast. He only cares about his girlfriend. But because they're sitting at 4-0, it's getting time to figure it out.
The Chiefs should be 2-2, maybe 1-3, but
their racist kicker is really good. Oh, sorry, bigoted
kicker.
Yeah.
Why not both?
Ah, good point.
Mm-hmm.
Probably both.
Probably both. He's a Missouri boy too.
Not originally, but he's adopted a lot of the principles. He's about that life.
He's about that life.
When we get back from the break, we tell you a little bit about the YMCA with Jock Tony. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sport Channel. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to the Horn YMCA. Jock Tony is with us, talking the world of NFL, Major League Baseball, and of course, Winter Sports League registration between October 21st and November 25th. It is that pay nothing if you have that family membership. Talk to us a little bit, Jock, about what's going on here at the Y.
We're getting started that sports registration for basketball and volleyball for winter sports.
That's a big deal.
God, we're already there. So 21st out of kickoff, as well as if you get signed up with the family membership, either single parent or full family, it'll be free until December 1st. So once this kid starts practicing, you start paying. And best part about the whole thing is sports is part of the membership. So you get your kid working out, you get the workout. Everybody's happy, moving, healthy, really going for the holidays. Let's get moving for the holidays. Start your New Year resolutions now. If you're a little bit late,
get a head start.
This year. Get a head start.
God, catch me up. What were we talking about? I just got out of a rabbit hole of watching Astros bloopers from the game that they just lost and ended their season. What YMCA Sports? YMCA Sports?
It was a season's worth of bloopers. The Astros.
YMCA Sports. That's what we're talking about.
Okay. Yeah. So what's going on with YMCA
Where people
Sports?
actually win. It's not actually like the Astro thing.
Yeah, everyone wins.
Oh, pour it on. I deserve it.
Yeah. So we got that sports registration going on. We got a lot of fun things going on for October. Actually, October, we want your blood.
Oh, I'm in.
So next week, Wednesday, actually, when you guys are hanging out, we'll actually be having a blood drive. So that'll be cool. So get registered on Vitalent.com. They can do that, or visit our website, ymcacnm.org, and they can get appointment rolling. Or you could just walk in also next Wednesday between 3 and 6. So this is going on.
This is a really good idea because I have been on my weight loss journey due to my diabetes.
Yeah.
And this will be the cheapest way to get a blood test.
Nice.
Let's go.
Smart.
This is a good plan.
Actually, they might pay you to give you blood.
You got some significantly better blood now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still negative.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh.
Just because of
it's negative.
Yeah.
Because of what life's done to it? Is that why it's so negative?
Just the blood type, and he don't mess with Crips still.
Oh. By the way, don't just bring in a freezer bag full of blood.
No.
I learned my lesson the hard way last year. They have to take it straight out of you. Yeah.
But no, this year, next week, Wednesday, with the donation, you'll get a chance to win 3 gift cards up to $5,000. So
what?
Whoa.
Yep. Vitalent is hooking it up.
Hey, hold on. If I do like a double donation, do I get 2 entries?
No. But for your one donation, because we're not trying to kill you.
Because I'm the O negative, I can do the 2 units.
Yeah, they'll take 2 from
that's me because I'm such a big boy.
Yeah, we just do the 1 though. But thank you.
Well, what can Fred Slow get one, but also Manfred Slow? Can both of those entities donate?
See what you're doing there.
These are clever moves.
Those are both health risks that you can take on your own. The Y won't be participating in that one, but
you said it's on Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
All right, now hear me out. Next Wednesday, I come here.
Yeah.
I donate 2 units of blood. I skip the show entirely. Go have a handful of drinks that will magnify their intensity.
Super smart.
And then I celebrate by paying for those with my new gift cards.
If you win.
I assume I will. I'm a good person.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, am I qualified to win? Like, what are the rules on that? If I donate, I can win. It's not like...
Yeah, everybody. Myself. It's not me. The Y giving it out is Vitalent.
Now,
so they're hooking it up.
Isaiah hasn't said a word all show, but his eyes just lit up. So he's real excited about this possibility.
Only 1 donation. 1 donation, Isaiah. I know it's a rough times out here, but just 1.
He walks outside and comes right back in with a mustache and Groucho Marx glasses.
Do you know how many girlfriends of Isaiah would have a great Christmas if he had an extra $5,000? So many.
Yeah.
That's
$5,000 for Christmas, though. That's a heavy Christmas.
That's a righteous Christmas.
Like a bonus one? Yeah.
So yeah, the Y's we got a lot of great things going on this month, actually, just for wearing pink. You come in, we'll enter you into a raffle. Every time you wear pink, you get another ticket into the raffle. And we're giving out some Y swag and maybe some Fogo gift cards also. I didn't know.
Is that pink enough or is that too orange?
Was that close enough?
That's like neon orange. Is that close enough?
It was actually a Red Sox bag. It wasn't pink at all.
Yeah, he's got a Red Sox bag.
He's out.
He's out.
Yeah.
I'm a Yankees fan. Come on, get this guy.
You know the rules for transplants. It doesn't.
Come on, son.
Memberships always available. Programs included as it relates to children's athletic. Keep in mind with your membership, it's all those things, right? It's group fitness. How's karate going? Is that still rolling?
Karate is kicking, bro.
Is it?
No, all jokes aside, though, we went from 4 kids to 14 kids.
What a start!
Yo, it's kicking for real. So we got our next registration will be for November 3rd, I want to say.
Sure.
And then they'll be able to kick it all the way till February. But karate is doing its thing, and I'm getting a little scared too. And we got some adults in there too. So Fred, I know you're on your weight loss journey.
Yeah, you're doing it in the group fitness. Is that what you're doing inside?
Yeah, at the McLeod location, we got that going on, and then here we have some new classes here too. So we got a cardio dance class. We got some new yoga classes. We doing it, man.
I don't know if I think I've told this story on air. I don't know if I have. When I was a kid, there was like I don't know what they call it, like a shade tree karate instructor that would just show up at the park, and you could pay him like $5 a pop. Yeah. Did you have this in your neighborhood too? Mm-hmm. So you would show up to the park, and me and all my townie buddies, like all my neighborhood buddies, we would go to the park when he's trying to teach his like very unsanctioned, unlicensed karate class for $5. And it was next to the baseball diamond. So we would go over there and just like hi-ya, jump kick the fence and stuff. And he'd be like, if you guys want to learn karate, you can come over here. And we were like,
I could see you doing it from here.
We never want
to see you doing it. Yeah.
I feel like if I would have got into an actual organized karate, I would have enjoyed it. Instead, I was just a jerk.
I did karate for 13 years, man. I loved it. Every moment of it.
What color belt did you stop at?
I stopped at brown, which is right before black.
I'm not taking the bait. Okay. I'm not taking the bait. I'm not doing it.
Zay, get your boys, man.
I can't tame them.
Just a lot of options.
But I did karate for a really long time. I did it nationally. I competed in a whole bunch of tournaments.
What was your karate name?
Jay, like, what you mean? Like,
oh, you don't get
a karate name. Like, you don't just.
I thought it was like pro wrestling. Like you got.
They give him like an Indian warrior name.
Oh yeah, I thought.
Nah, that's not how that works, man. Or
Daniel's name was Karate Kid. Like,
I wasn't that cool.
Oh,
I wasn't that skinny.
The name of the movie was Karate Kid.
They could have called you the Jock.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's not original.
It's karate. I mean,
well, you got like you walk around high school, they call you the Jocks. Oh, those are the big strong dudes, the Jocks, and then your name.
I do like that.
Nobody called me Jacques until I moved to New Mexico. I was always Tank. Yeah, I was always Tank, and then in college, everybody called me Tony.
Are you telling me your nickname was Tank?
Yep.
That's kind of tough for real.
Tank.
Like
how long did it take you to think of that?
I didn't think of it. I came out of football practice with it one day. Like they're like Tank, like whatever you want to call me, dude. I'm trying to win some football games. Like,
yeah, I'm just here to grind.
I'm trying to win some football games. Like that's all it was. So just
one of my football coaches used to call me Skinny, and then it like kind of took on with some of the players. And I was like, what? Man, he just keeps calling me Skinny all the time. This thing's going to stick. And then I go work out with another position group later that day, and he's calling everyone else Skinny. And I was like, oh, thank God. It's like, it's not going to stick. He says that to everyone.
I did have this one kid. His name was Christian, and he was a bigger kid. And we used to call him Snack Pack. Kid would always be on the sideline and pull out snacks out of his pants. I'm like, bro, where you get candy from? He's like, you want something? Like, Snack Pack. That was the kid right there.
I want your pant candy.
Yeah.
I grew up with a kid I played basketball with who was like bigger and taller than me. So he was bigger than me. And they used to call him McDouble. And I thought that was a really clever name because he could also like get a double.
Yeah.
So he was a good basketball player. So I didn't come up with it. It was somebody more clever.
Awful in football. We used to he was awful. I had Snack Pack and a ball bag. We would always tell this kid we would trade you to any team for the ball bag. Not without the balls.
Just the bag alone. The drawstring.
Yeah, just a drawstring bag. Not even a good leather one.
Not even worth the coins in it. Like that's the worst.
Yeah, Lance Armstrong style.
It's why? It's because they didn't start sports at the Y, dude. If they would have started here,
they
would have been the best athlete ever.
Tank Tony, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Whenever we get back from the break, John Trauber, your Albuquerque Ice Tubs joins us. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. We're at the Horn YMCA, and joining us on the front of the show hotline is Mr. Isotope himself, John Traub. Isaiah, is John with us?
Yes, he is.
John, welcome to the program, friend. How are you?
How we doing, fellas?
Doing good. We're excited to have you on. The Isotopes made a big announcement yesterday as the schedule is set for next year, Van. So we've invited John Traub himself on to tell us all about it. John, what had you most excited about the schedule for the Isotopes next season?
Well, just the fact that we have it out, number one, is awesome news because now we can really start putting some meat on the bones in terms of the promotions and some of the special things that we have planned. We've got another huge announcement coming tomorrow night. But I'm really looking forward to July 3rd and 4th as the first time. Really, I guess technically it's the second time in team history that we've ever been home on the 3rd and the 4th. During the same season, the first time was in 2021 and kind of that awkward coming out of COVID year. But, yeah, we're home for Father's Day. We're home for July 3rd and 4th, as I mentioned. We're home on just after Labor Day weekend. So we got a lot of great things in store, and we're excited to start getting everything planned.
Is it that same Monday off schedule that we've seen the last several years in AAA?
It is. It is. Yeah, that's something that Major League Baseball started a few years ago, and it's going to certainly continue for the foreseeable future. It seems to be pretty popular within the baseball world in terms of the scouts and player development people. The Major League people like it in terms of being able to move players and coordinate transactions and things along those lines. So it's gone pretty well. You know, it's kind of non-traditional, if you will, to have a 6-game series in the middle of during a regular season, but that's the way it is. And I think everybody's adjusted pretty well to it.
Sticking with those 6:35 start times?
We are. There's going to be a couple of additional, most of our midweek games will be 6:35. We'll go 6:05. During the summer on Sundays, we'll have some 7:05s. Like I said, July 3rd and 4th, given the fact that, you traditionally lead into that long holiday weekend, we're going to go 7:05 on those games. But we're going to have some afternoon games at 12:05, at 11:05 in the morning for some school day matinees. So a little bit of a mix like we generally have over the last several years.
Albuquerque loves the mariachi night. So we still looking to do one of those a month?
We are looking to do that. We haven't set them yet. We are still putting together the promotional calendar, including fireworks and some of the other things that people have come to know and love. But those announcements will be coming, soon in the coming weeks and months as we get everything put together. But we've got a lot going on, as we always do, and we're really excited to have 75 more home games next year, 150 game schedule, and coming off of year, actually the last 3 years where we've led the league in attendance. It's always exciting to have the schedule out, and it really gets people in that mindset of, okay, this season's done. It's time to turn the page and start focusing on next year.
75 home, 75 road, Fred. No London games next year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Noted. Got that down.
No London matches.
Right, noted. The home opener.
We tried.
The home opener is Tuesday, April the 1st. That's earlier than last year at home. Is that correct? I'm trying to
last year or this past season, I believe it was the 29th or something of March. That was the earliest home opener that we had ever had before. And so we're into that first week of April, like you said, April 1, and then the season goes through pretty much the end of September. Our last home game, the last regular season game, is on Sunday, September 21st.
Season tickets are now available. You can get those at the website or 505-924-2255. John, thank you for updating us on the season that to come. Do you have any reflections on the season that was past, my friend? Is there anything there at the front of the office that was celebrated after the year? Any milestones that maybe the Isotopes fan base doesn't know about?
Well, Fred, it's a great question. I think what we celebrated is the fact that this just continues to be a great baseball community, despite the on-field performance and the record that we ended up with, which was certainly not what everybody had hoped for. The fact of the matter is the fans really came out and really supported the club, and we didn't win every game, but the fans were there in numbers, and to lead the league 3 straight years in attendance is pretty significant, especially when we're in our 3rd decade of existence. So There were some great individual performances. I'm excited to see some of the younger players that the Rockies have in their system. They've won the High A championship in the Northwest League in Spokane, and then the Hartford Club in Double A went to the playoffs and had some players that came to us towards the end of the season that they have high hopes for. So looking forward to how they put those guys together with hopefully some solid 6-year free agents that have a chance to participate at the big league level and contribute to the Rockies next year. It's a little bit early to tell exactly what that's going to look like. Obviously the Major League playoffs are still going on, and you don't really see a lot of player movement and whatnot until you get into November, December. But right now we're kind of easing into that off season, but also full steam ahead as next year will be on us before we know it.
There we go. John Traub, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, John.
The Isotopes led the PCL in attendance, man. Isn't that
As
crazy?
they should. Best show in town.
Over 500,000 fans to Rio Grande Credit Union Field. That's crazy.
First game of the year is April 1st. We got to do something real special with that. Like an orbit pregnancy announcement, something like that.
For Fool's Day.
Yeah.
For Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day.
What's the attendance like for Lobo baseball? It makes me believe that the city has potential to be a baseball city. If you got the Isotopes, who aren't the best team, they don't win a lot of games, and they're still leading the whole league in attendance, you would assume that maybe Lobo baseball would have some of those baseball fans trickle their way.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Isotopes draw isn't the play on the field.
Yeah.
It's the ambiance. There's not a down minute. They have that thing down to a science. The draw for UNM baseball, which Van and I kind of go to a lot of games, is it's really good baseball on the field, and it's a really knowledgeable fan base.
Sure.
So it's like it's a whole experience that is positive. Also, we get to hang out with Ned James like the whole time, and that part's just super fun.
Bonus.
Super fun. If you turn on your little AM radio and listen to Rob Portnoy, it's sweet, dude.
I love it so much.
It's so sweet. When we get back from the break, 5 o'clock hour, the teller hour, we don't drink at the Y. But
guess what's in my cup?
There's nothing.
It's tea. It's tea. I'm kidding. It's tea.
He sounds terrible.
It's tea.
Spike tea.
Just regular.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Come smell it.
I'm like Ron Burgundy right now. Streaming on
Not.
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
The sports animal.
Mike's hot.
I make it hot to death, hot to death, hot to death. You can see me flex, for now I'm no stranger.
The Detroit Tigers have swept the Houston Astros in 2 games, and they move on to face the Cleveland Commanders in the ALDS. On August 10th, Van, the Tigers had a 0.2%, not 2%.
Right.
They had a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs and just made the ALDS after beating a team that hasn't lost prior to the championship series in 1 decade, almost.
Yeah, their rise was very impressive, but what really outweighed those numbers, what made those numbers so staggering,
Was Hader blowing the game?
Oh no!
Sorry.
Come on, you don't got to twist it. It's already in there.
Well, hold on. It's only a 4-year, $76 million deal.
It's it was Presley and Hader and the defense and the lack of offense.
And Bregman's last game as an Astro.
Probably his last game as an Astro as well. But the Detroit Tigers rise, the statistics that you described, the Minnesota Twins fall made their numbers that much more exceptional.
Yeah.
Because the Minnesota Twins had the exact opposite number of that to make the playoffs.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy numbers in baseball. Like, here's one that is just off the top of my head. I'm not reading this at all from the internet. The Houston Astros had won 47 playoff games in a row and going to the 8th inning with a lead.
And now they have one of the best closers of this generation, Josh Hader, one of the best setup men of this generation, Ryan Presley, and figured a way to choke it away at home. That was a hard pill to swallow. Hard pill to swallow.
Father Time found Justin Verlander here, so that's why he was out.
Verlander turned himself into the 5th man in the rotation anyways.
Yeah,
So
you're correct.
You're not the big dominant ace that he was.
Do you think there's a point when Josh Hader was like, do you guys just want me to do everything here? Nah.
Well, this is one of his worst years as a full-time closer. He was not the Josh Hader that we've known for the past 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah. Well, and maybe this is like a turnaround point for him because now Detroit can live rent-free in his head for a while. That's his thing, right?
Rent is cheap in Detroit, so there's that. and it's that little extra sting, too, because A.J. Hinch is the manager of the Detroit
that's a
Tigers.
good point.
Yeah.
There's something fun when it's not your team, seeing a dynasty fall. Like, there's something, like, if you're the Byzantines, like, watching Rome go down is the best.
Sure.
I don't know. It's like, for me, it's always rubbed me really, really wrong seeing, like, greatness fall off. Like, seeing when the Patriots lost in the Super Bowl, that, I'm a Cowboys fan. It really bugged me. And I think it's because, like, I had my own little sports tragedy.
Well, and you hate the Giants. That was a big
Well, yeah, I do. But as a little kid, I mean, like, our team, there was 8 games in our season. We were 7-0 in the last game of the year. Like, no team was even close to us. And in the last game of the year, we played the best team. And they honestly were, like, the same team as us, but they all wore red jerseys. And they were peaking. So you know how peaking is. I don't know if you think it's a little sundownish.
Yeah, well, no, it's a really good flavor of Chinese chicken.
Picking.
But no, in Little League at that time, if you scored a touchdown, the field goal was 2 points, not 1. And we were down by 7, and we scored with no time left.
This
from, like,
is the definition of rent-free right here.
Yeah.
Yes, and we scored, and then we scored the touchdown, and we were down 1, and we could either gone for 1 and tied the game or go for the field goal, and we missed the field goal. And ever since then, undefeated streaks being broken, it just hits me so hard.
Do you think the story you just described is worse than the Detroit Tigers being sellers at the trade deadline and then still going on to beat the Houston Astros in 2 straight games in the wild card? Which one of those things do you think is worse? Van, you go first.
The Detroit Tigers are the new Houston Astros without all the spectacular cheating. They tanked for years and years and years and had high draft picks. And just like the Astros and the Cubs before them, those draft picks hit. I don't think there's a guy in his 30s on the Tigers.
No.
They have
one free agent.
They're all 20-something dudes, and they're all homegrown. They're going to rise up together and get better and better and better. And if that organization adds a couple pieces, they're going to be in the mix in the American League.
It's going to be so hard to root for Shohei against Detroit. Like,
Cleveland is a better team top to bottom than Detroit.
So is Houston. What are we talking about?
Congratulations.
What are we talking about? Houston was so much better.
Houston's a better team than Detroit in a 5 or 7 game series. I would argue that Detroit is better than Houston in a 3-game series because they got the best pitcher in the American League that's going to guarantee you to win 1 game. So you got to win 2 against the rest of them.
Do you think global warming is why Detroit heated up so much right here?
That's one part of it.
Yeah, after watching the debate last night, I was just wondering if you thought that was part of it.
Sure, yeah.
With 30 teams, you expect like a 1 in 500 chance playoff run to happen like once every 15 years-ish. Is that the math? 17 years? This is the one for Detroit. Like, they will never do this again.
Get into the playoffs?
Not like this.
Oh, not like this.
And beat a team of this significance. Like, this is why baseball is so romantic.
Hard agree. If it wasn't my team, I would be singing the praises from the top of the Sandias right now. But it still stings the way that it ended. So pathetically. So self-destructively.
Yeah. Embarrassingly.
I get
notably.
Losing. I was signing off game 1. I was like, Astros have to win game 2 and 3.
Denial.
Before game 1.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, Scooby is going to shut down the Astros in game 1. No matter what. And then so the Astros have to win 2 and 3. I was like, oh, Detroit, you're just throwing in the towel? You're just going to do a bullpen game on the road? You're going to throw 9 relievers at the Astros on the road? The audacity. They're just playing for game 3. Nah.
You know what they're playing for?
Nah.
Game 1 against the Cleveland Commanders.
Yes, they are.
And the Battle of Lake Erie.
Yes, they are.
Is that what it's called? I have no idea. These
That's
guys,
one of them.
They have a super long rivalry. They've never played in the playoffs. Like, that is how.
Not since like Hank Greenberg.
I don't even think that's right. I don't think they've ever played.
Al Kaline.
Even during that time, like, this is how history is made. The only time both teams made the playoffs was 2013. So, I mean, it just doesn't happen between these two teams. They don't get there enough.
Oh, because they've both been so bad on and off for so long.
Oh, that's 100% true. Like this year, whenever Houston got beat by a bad Tigers team.
Yeah, if they were good every year, we wouldn't have these kind of comparisons.
Well, neither of them are. Also, I'm familiar with the 2013 Red Sox. They're pretty good. That's the team that won the World Series that year. Baseball's the best, dude. It's like a little baseball Christmas today for a lot of people. You know, it's like.
I wish I had significantly less work to do. Like, even watching my beloved Astros lose, that's a really cool thing. Like, look, I agree, hard agree, that for casual sports fan, playoff games should be at night. Forget how awesome.
I agree. Yeah.
Forget how awesome day baseball is. Day baseball is my favorite thing on the planet. Excuse me, second favorite thing on the planet. Wait. Third favorite.
Yeah,
it's
in the top 5.
It's my third favorite thing on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
But you should be watching playoff baseball in prime time.
I agree completely.
But these first 3 days are kind of special because it's bam, 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 bam all day.
Yeah.
If you didn't have like a ton of responsibilities and work and choring, and you could drop out of life, that's an awesome day.
What about whenever Josh Hader came in and they started playing "There Goes My Hater"? Watch him as he explodes. What about that part? Did that part get to you?
That
Did
was
that
a
eat
good
you
one.
up
Yeah, that was a good one.
whenever they
That was
played
a
the
good
Foo Fighters?
They were at home, so yeah, and probably at a watch party in Detroit. They
Mhm.
probably played that one.
It's tough.
And for like Dodgers and Yankees fan, it's like so easy to root against the Astros.
Yeah,
But
everyone really.
But then you look across the diamond, and who do you see? One of the orchestrators of the whole cheating scandal, AJ Hinch. It's like, oh no, oh God, who do I pick in this situation?
It's pretty sweet that they beat Houston, because a lot of people will tell you for the Tigers to have gotten there. I mean, they beat the Athletics a few times. They beat some teams that they gave them an opportunity to be here.
Mm-hmm.
The Twins,
Mhm.
they gave them an opportunity. Also, if given a chance when it comes time for playoff baseball, shade the Twins. Like, they don't ever come through.
That's wild.
Ever.
Oh God, and the cherry on top was Carlos Correa not running out that ground ball that would have been an error.
Oh, he's cheeks, dude.
And got him on
Oh.
for the chance to keep their season alive. Woo, buddy. That's the most Twinny McTwinnerson thing I've ever seen.
This guarantees at least one AL Central team in the ALCS. Things that I would never have assumed at the beginning, halfway, three-quarter way through the season.
I mean, they got there by beating up on the White Sox, but they're still good teams in the AL Central. And Chicago White Sox are the worst team in the history of baseball. Let's not understate that.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of wins going to the rest of the AL Central, who just get to beat up on them all year. And that's even with the new schedule changes, where you play every team in the league, not just, more against your own division.
Teams that are able to grab, this is what I'm going to say is very cliche. So however you manipulate it into your regional area, your geographical area, your team, but teams that grab the "why not us" mantra, kill it in the postseason.
Yes,
kill it.
Diamondbacks last year came up just that short.
Why not us?
Yeah.
The only team that really can't do that right now in the postseason is the Houston Astros.
Yeah. or the Yankees or Dodgers, because it's supposed to be you. There is no "why not us" when everybody thinks it's supposed to be you.
Oh, you're correct there.
Yeah.
There will be an idiot for those two teams that says something like, they, who doesn't exist, doubted us. They said we couldn't. They can never take this away. Like, they'll be a liar.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone needs one guy. They'll find a reason. There'll be some kind of chalkboard material.
Yeah, you know how it
Oh,
is.
you think we only win because we have the best players and biggest payroll in all of baseball? We'll show them.
If the Tigers do it right, also, I don't know if you guys are, I know you are, Van. Isaiah, this is about to be a thing you're going to learn. Tigers fan calls them the Motor City Kitties, which is like, you don't want to beat them up.
Yeah.
That's the Motor City Kitties. Go get them, guys. Like
that old English D, and
it's good.
It's strong. It's one of the strongest logos in all of sports.
You know what baseball cap I have at my home? A Tigers one, because they're sweet.
Sweet.
Also, I really like Beverly Hills Cop. Take your time.
No, I'm with you. I got you. He was always wearing Lions gear, wasn't he?
No.
Axel Foley? He had the Lions leather jacket on the whole movie.
First of all, there's multiple movies, so I want to make sure we're on the
there's
same.
one good one.
Come on, dude. I
was more of a mall cop guy myself.
Paul Blart.
Whoa.
With special guest star Jason Ellis as the rambunctious skateboarder. That's a terrible draw.
Hard segue.
What are you doing here?
Holy moly.
We're over here trying to talk about Roartober, and you're telling us how good Paul Blart, the mall cop, is?
We bring up Beverly Hills Cop, and you segue to a guy on a Segway?
Yeah. We're over here trying to sneak Can't Stop Believing lyrics into this thing. Just a small town girl. Paul Blarting?
I was going to say living in a lonely world.
Good job.
That's where you were going with it. I am cultured on the 80s music.
Where was she born and raised, Isaiah? Where?
South somewhere. You almost got it.
Yeah. Oh.
Big surprise. It's Detroit.
Born and raised in South Detroit.
Where'd she catch that train?
Minute Maid Park.
Well, I'm excited for baseball. It is better now. Only for so many years can the fellowship be like working towards Mordor. You know what I mean? Like you have to go over what at some point Smog has to fall dead out of his caved dwelling.
Now that my beloved Astros got kicked out by the upstart Detroit Tigers.
They're not upstart.
Yeah, very much upstart. I think I might do a sober October. Now that I'm not going to be a nervous wreck all of October and just like drinking my excitement and sorrows and anxiety away, I might just like let's go straight edge.
I really appreciate how when the good guys win in baseball, you're like, I'm gonna be a better person. Hey guys, you know how America is healing? You know, me too. You know, that's my thing.
You know, my baseline happiness, my baseline mental health does not teeter-totter.
No.
Whether my team does well, whether it's one game on Sunday or the whole season of baseball or October baseball, but it does sting a little bit. Like I care.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching the Astros since there's a picture of me in a Tequila Sunrise Astros jersey onesie.
That's a style, not an endorsement.
I was a baby. In a sense, I was a baby.
That's what really does sting is when you think about how long you've been a fan. But I could say I'm currently going through this. And I think what the key is to when you really stop letting your team losing like ruin your whole day is when you actually have other things
in your life. Yeah, things that
you have
matter.
other things you have to do. And it's like, okay,
well, and we know
about this, but I still have to work.
You're making a great point here, Isaiah, because we know that Van can be reformed because we saw AJ Hinch be reformed. And if he can do it, you can do it too.
Oh, you mean the news is coming out any day now of how he set up a whole camera system inside Minute Maid Park with the old employees he used to pay off to cheat for the Tigers against his ex-team, the Astros? Is that what we're talking about? That breaking news is coming out.
Did you think I said Carlos Beltran? Because I did not.
He was there too.
Yeah, he was the one.
Where's Alex Cora at?
Those dudes are all best friends. 3 best friends.
The 3 best friends that any guy could have.
The most displaced scene in the whole movie.
Oh, when Carlos Beltran, Alex Cora, and AJ Hinch all got together and did Mr. Burns fingers to figure out a way to overthrow all of the rest of baseball. Yeah.
Jeff Lunhow accidentally dosed him with ecstasy. And then they went on a whirlwind tour of cheating all through Major League Baseball.
And then because your team was so accustomed to cheating for so very long, there was even an ignorance in the fan base yesterday. It was like, well, Scooble can't pitch 3 days in a row. We got this one in the bag.
And then Mike Tyson brought a Detroit Tiger and ruined their fun night out.
I was going to say, where's the Tiger reference?
Sure.
Is there any Phil Collins in the air tonight you could squeeze in there?
Oh, not for me.
I'll let it sit.
So the Tigers are officially America's team. So let's go. I'm all about it.
But look, the Kansas City Royals are up 2-1 on the Orioles right now.
About to be the story.
And it's the exact same story. Who's more pathetic? Who's had a worse? Well, Kansas City, they got it in 15, right? So
yeah, but the Kansas City Royals are not going to unite the country the way that the Detroit Tigers just did.
No, because the Orioles are basically just the Royals and Tigers in a different jersey. Just a bunch of young 20-somethings that no one knows about who scrapped it together and snuck their way into the playoffs.
Do you know after the Mighty Ducks like found team unity and they went from District 5 to the Mighty Ducks jerseys and then Gordon Bombay got all the kids to go quack, quack, quack. That is what all of America is currently doing for the Detroit Tigers over your Houston Astros. We are all quacking in unison.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, yeah. I'm not disagreeing.
You are the Hawks.
Whatsoever.
You are the Adam Banks-led Hawks.
Yeah, 4 World Series, 2 World Series championships, 7 straight American League Championship Series. I'm not taking for granted this run that I got to watch from my childhood team. And by the way, It's not over. They're going to be back next year.
You think that?
Yes, 100%.
No, this to me is like the Challenger explosion or when JFK got shot. Like, where were you at when the Houston Astros died?
They still
Most people were at work watching on MLB.com.
MVP candidate Yordan Alvarez, MVP candidate Kyle Tucker. The studs are going to be back next year. If Alex Bregman signs a team-friendly deal, welcome back, brother. We missed you. Still got 4 top of the rotation starters. Astros will be right back next year. This is not the end of an era. This is a hiccup.
The Houston Astros are like a teepee. They're studless. Like, there is nothing about that team. They got rid of their best player, Alex Bregman. It's over for him.
He hasn't been the best player for a second throughout this run.
This
Hall of Famer Jose Altuve's been here the whole time.
You remember when Parker Meadows doinked one off the foul pole today?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Astros, he get too sweet with his fingers running around the bases.
Astros were poised to have one of the best bullpens in the history of baseball, and this is how you end it.
Oh, gosh.
That's just an epic choke.
Remember when Andy Ibanez hit a 3-run double?
Yeah. Yes,
tied up 2-2 in the top of the 8th.
Yes, I do.
After the Astros allowed it to be tied on a wild pitch. Do you remember all these things?
Mm-hmm. And I will for a while. It's not going away anytime soon.
You
got a 2-1 lead going into the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Like, the best 3 relievers back to back to back in all of baseball. Unhittable Brian Abreu, the savvy veteran who's done it over and over again. Ryan Presley, and the greatest closer of the past 7 years.
Presley
Josh
put it in
Hader.
the dirt.
Bam, bam, bam.
Presley put it right in the dirt.
It's like, this is over.
Tying run.
Choke.
Well, you deserved it.
We'll be back next year.
It's Two Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Minute On. We are live from the Horn YMCA. Come down to the Horn YMCA. Tell them that Van sent you 1 month free on Van. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, Van, we're doing Mountain West Watch. You're aware of this?
Yeah.
It's all the new teams to join the Mountain West Conference. There's allegedly 25 new ones today, so be ready for that.
We got a nice little super conference.
Yeah, they all got $100 every time they joined, so everyone jumped in. UTEP though is
They get like a gift certificate to Dion's too. Like what else do you get?
Mm-hmm. Well, and all whatever the Dion's is of Laramie as well. I half expected it with so that Texas State stuff ended yesterday, and they're staying in the Sun Belt or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I half expected there'd be another front runner today. I half expected, somebody, does the WAC still exist or whatever? The one I saw that I thought was real interesting is that Bobcat team, that Montana State team
That just beat the
that
Lobos.
just beat the Lobos.
They're worthy. Come on in.
That's what I'm saying. Because
Yeah.
I was looking at who might be the whats, but it looks as if in the update of who's going to join the Mountain West, UTEP is going to partner, not partner. I guess that's not the fair verbiage, but it looks like they're going to be the ones that are going to completely entice New Mexico State to come over. And I've reached out to every single person I know who would know. If you have any association or did have an association with that program, I have called you. No one knows anything down there. And that's a university which we've seen over the last several years is terrible at keeping a secret, Van.
Yeah, you're not wrong. They're terrible at a lot of things. Let's be brutally honest with this. Keeping their players safe, keeping their coaches out of the attention.
Allowing parents to have trust.
Yeah, people not dying. That's a big one. Yeah, but I think it's just a perfect fit. Like, logically, you got the rivalry. There's mountains in El Paso. They're in the mountain time zone. Like, they're right down a strip of all these teams are in. Like, there's already a rivalry with New Mexico State. There's already a semi-rivalry with the Lobos. It's a perfect fit. El Paso's a big city. That's a big market.
And with the poached Boise State, San Diego State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Utah State, you lost a lot of TV markets.
And not to throw off the wonderful game here, the watch, I should say.
Yeah, Mountain West.
Friend of the show, Steve, is really wanting to call in and check on Van. And
okay, thanks a lot.
Make sure he's doing all right.
This is nice of Steve. Welcome to the program, friend of the show, Steve. Steve, how are you?
Thank you. I'm doing all right. But then I am a Detroit fan of all sorts, Lions, Pistons, Red Wings, Tigers. And I just wanted to make sure that Van was doing all right.
He's not.
Getting swept at home, it's got to be painful.
Well, it would sting worse if we've had recent success at home in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. My beloved Houston Astros, that was their 7th straight playoff loss at home. Yeah. So it stung a little less.
Yeah. They, Steve, they manufactured the loss. Some would say when they just threw it in the dirt to tie the game, and then gave up a 2-run doubly boy to become losers to America's team, the Detroit Tigers.
Well, I hope we get to that status, but no, I was watching as much of the game as I could, and when the Tigers were up 1-0, and then when Astros went up 2-1, I went, there you go, here comes the end, and then all of a sudden, there were some mistakes made.
Yeah.
But as upset as you are, Ben, just know that I am so happy. These guys have stunk for so many years, and now they're starting to play decent ball.
At least it wasn't the Yankees. At least it wasn't the Red Sox. At least it wasn't, some AL West rival. It's hard not to root for a bunch of young, dumb 20-somethings who just got out of the minor leagues and are finding success. It's hard to root against the Detroit Tigers who haven't done it in so long. I understand the run. I'm not taking the run that the Astros are on for granted. 7 straight ALCS, 4 World Series, 2 World Series wins. Like, I understand how rare and how awesome that is as a sports fan. But yeah, it stings and it stung. And like you look at a team like the Orioles, who like they paid a lot of money. They gave up a lot of assets to get Corbin Burns, and he threw a gem and still lost. The Astros paid a lot of money and gave up a lot of capital to get Josh Hader to fortify that bullpen. That didn't work.
No, did not work at all.
Like Mike Tyson said, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And Detroit Tigers punched my Astros in the mouth in their home stadium.
The Royals are currently up 2-1 over the Orioles, and the Motor City Kitties play Saturday. That's an 11 a.m. start against the Cleveland Commanders. Steve, where are you gonna watch the game? Are you gonna be with friends celebrating? Is it that kind of thing here?
Usually for games like, the Lions and for Tigers in the playoffs and stuff like that, I have to go to a bar with nobody else because I'm quite vocal and usually sullen, and I just want to, go and watch the game and get it over with. But I will be rooting for the Royals and anybody that has to play the Yankees.
All right, hear me out, Steve. Game 2 is Monday. You meet us at Howie's. I'm going to wear my Tigers hat, and I'm going to encourage you to yell at the TV because that's what Van deserves. He deserves to see a winner on the screen.
Well, I've been trying to come out there and join you guys and meet you face to face. Been talking with you for,
years,
better part of a year now, especially about my Lions. But, I'll do my best to get out there. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Steve, you're the best. Oh, I think we lost him, but that's okay because I know what he was about to say. Jared Goff's the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL, and I agree with that too.
Well, no, he said bleep Van and bleep the Astros, and luckily Zay caught it.
Good call. Zay's so good at that.
Zay caught it on air. Yeah, good job, Zay. Thank you.
wasn't trying to avoid a dial tone or anything there.
Cowboys Corner, whenever we get back, it's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Woo, Sports Animal.
sports animal.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, where every so often on this program we hand it over to Isaiah Johnson, where he talks to us about his, well, basically it's just blind fandom of the Dallas Cowboys. And even though they're not interested in trading for Davante Adams, I'm sure he's going to tell me otherwise right here. Isaiah, welcome to the show. The floor is yours.
So, as much as I would love to tell you that you were incorrect, I think that's unfortunately what's going to happen. Because, yesterday, Davante Adams reportedly wants to trade. At the same time, the Cowboys learned that Brandon Cooks apparently has an infection in his knee. I don't know if that means like a cut that wasn't taken care of or whatever it is. He has an infection in his knee, which confuses me.
It's staph. He's got staph.
Probably.
Yeah. They don't clean their training room.
So you get to my point. I was going to say, how are you an NFL team, NFL player, and just somehow an infection happens? I feel like any infection is preventable.
It happens to a team almost every year.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah, it's like whenever hot and cold tubs and stuff aren't cleaned and stuff. It's gross.
Okay, well, we hear Davante Adams wants a trade, so Cowboy fans are like, "Oh, that's nice." We're all,
Oh, that's nice.
That's how we're feeling.
I like that.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. A little Cartman. That's nice. And then it took nothing but about an hour and a half. But of course, I told you, Cowboy fans were in a different space this year. We didn't fall for it. We looked at it and we said, yeah, okay, sure, Jerry's going to go get Davante Adams. And we're kind of playing jokes on ourselves, and we're all trauma laughing about it. We're having a trauma bond on social media regarding our team, because we all understand that it's a glaring, obvious, smart choice to go get a Davante Adams, because CD's by himself. You've already shown that you don't care about the running backs. So if you're going to start throwing the ball, why not go get another option? So it just seems like it made sense. And of course, we don't go do it, because then a news report comes out from multiple, like the number one Cowboy sources. The Cowboys are reportedly not interested in Davante Adams. So, we're all thinking, what? This is exactly what we're thinking. What? What do you mean? What do you mean you're not interested? So before in free agency, we're told, oh, we don't have the cap space. You don't have the cap space for that guy. So that's why we can't do it. So now here comes an opportunity where you can trade. You can make a way to trade for this guy. You don't have to go convince him, which is what Jerry is terrible at, because he feels like everybody wants him. You don't have to go convince this guy to come here. You just can talk to the front office. You offer Trey Lance and a second-round pick.
Nobody wants that.
No one wants Trey Lance.
It's not even a fair trade.
Whoever you want to put in there, put them in there with a second-round pick. But what's really crazy about it? Dallas isn't interested, not because they don't want to give up a player. They are so stuck in their own ways and think that they can draft perfectly, and they value the draft so much in Dallas.
They value the perception of it. That's why they overpay all the guys they draft.
And they never want to give up their draft picks. And the fact that the Raiders are asking for a second round pick is why I already know the Cowboys are like, no, because look at how like some of the gems they found before in the draft. So they're like, second round, no way.
Now, when you say found, did you actually mean to say founded, and you wanted to talk about Dak Prescott's new vodka company? Because he's going to plan to lose games on Sunday, drive Cowboys fans to drink, and then they can sip on a nice cold Voltello, Van. Voltillo is the new brand that Dak Prescott has put founder-level money into. So the Spanish spirits company American Unit, Zamora Company USA, announced that Prescott made a founder-level investment for 2 years. The NFL star has been working with them, and it launches this Friday. He doesn't care about football. He's past the game.
He got paid. He's got his vodka company.
Mm-hmm.
What's next? When is weed legal in Dallas yet?
He'll get a bunch of profits off this. He'll start a charity. Then he'll go the Brett Favre route.
Okay, which Brett Favre route?
The bad one.
There's which one? The pills one?
No.
Or the Dick Cheney pick one?
A misappropriation of funds for charities.
Oh, that one.
That one.
Oh, there's so many.
I mean, so with Dak Prescott, he's at that point where he's in a marriage, right? He's in a marriage, literally, but he's also in a marriage with the Cowboys, where he's realized that he knows how much he's respected. So he's like, okay, so on my end, I'm going to put in exactly what you're giving me to the best of his ability, I guess. I mean, he's trying his best at quarterback. We'll say that he's trying his best. Now, I think when it comes to mentally, like you guys said, with the other things that he's going and getting done, I think he's like, you guys have shown me how much you care about me. Like, yes, thanks for the paycheck, but also you got me no running back. I have one number one receiver. The number two is not even a number two. He's a number two because he's on the Dallas Cowboys. And you've done nothing to help me out this upcoming season. So why would I sit here and lose sleep?
Well, and also,
when you guys aren't helping me?
You didn't mention this, but Tito's doesn't hit the spot for him.
Tito's is good as far as I'm concerned.
It's from Texas, and they don't care about him. So he is this Friday launching his very own brand of vodka van, where Dak Prescott is no longer interested in winning games as the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. He's interested in blood alcohol levels. I don't know what that was. That was a bad one.
That's good. That's a good try. The effort was there.
Look,
Jerry Jones has already paid a first rounder for Amari Cooper. Why not a second rounder for a better wide receiver?
And that's a good point. And that's what there are a lot of, Cowboy fans that are trying to be hopeful or speculating. Even Jane Slater, she's pretty much like the most popular insider as far as the Cowboys are concerned. Usually if she says something, there's some weight to it. And she's, basically saying that the Cowboys, if they had to choose, they would take Amari Cooper over Devontae Adams, because the same way they like signing people they draft, if they've made a decision on a guy beforehand, they don't mind bringing that same guy back. So they would rather have Cooper back. And then what you're going to hear in the press conference is, we heard that people want us to get other guys, but we like Cooper. He's been here in the building and he knows this and he knows Dak. And they do things like that. So it wouldn't shock me, but that's also us being partly delusional, because there's nothing that was more urgent than signing a running back. Like, if you just take of what could one chess piece, like what's the best chess move to make to put your team over the top? There is no move they could make right now amongst any players that was bigger than getting Derrick Henry in the building, and they showed no urgency. So there's no reason for a Cowboy fan to assume that they're going to do anything smart moving forward. But we're hoping that Amari Cooper potentially coming is why they're out on Adams.
Do you guys think it was immediately after Dak Prescott listened to that podcast with Marshawn Lynch when he said he would do a couple shots before a game that he started his own vodka or tequila? It's actually mixed reporting here. Brands. Or do you think he was just a fan of him the whole time and this might work out?
Well, if he was listening to Marshawn Lynch, it would have been a Hennessy company. A nice little cognac.
Oh, good. Yeah, okay. Good
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Does not care about football. Only cares about his brand new liquor brand that is dropping Friday.
And then also on a serious note, and I know, Van, you have some you got some history in the mental health, section.
Yeah.
As far as Dak, I mean, the guy's been through so much. I mean,
mom died of cancer, brother committed suicide.
Yeah, and then on top of that, and then he snaps his leg, and I guess that's minuscule compared to the other things we just noted, like we put in note, but he's been through a lot. So I could only imagine for him to, whatever strategy he's done, whatever method he has to rebuild himself, I can't imagine that the Cowboy fans being upset. And, and that's a bad thing, but it's also he's got to put himself first. So it's I'm not going to sit here and literally lose my mind over a football game when I've had to get over way more serious things in my life.
I know, Van, you often jump in and speak about mental health, but before you do, I would like you guys to pull up a picture on your own devices of what the bottle looks like for Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott's new tequila brand, Volteo, Volteo. And yeah, it's tequila. My mistake on the vodka thing. Tell me, is this too phallic or not phallic enough, this glass bottle? Also, would you identify the top for his or her pleasure, when looking at this bottle?
I like that. Easy open, it appears.
Why does it have why is it tagged like that?
Why is it ribbed?
Why? It looks like a water spout. How fast does the vodka come out?
The top of it looks like whenever a snake is molting.
You know what it looks like?
That King Cobra.
It looks like somebody's scarf is blowing in the wind. Why does it look like that?
It looks like you're a 1920s actress in the back of a drop top deuce coupe.
Yeah, also, by the way, Dak Prescott and this company didn't make a new tequila. This is the same tequila that they make everywhere in Mexico in a different bottle.
It tastes like vanilla, cotton candy, and frosting.
Is that they admitted that out loud?
It's on reading it right here.
Remember Mary in the first Dumber and Dumber? Or her scarf when Jim Carrey comes running
That's
after
it.
her?
100%. Yep, that's the one.
And then they put that exact same scarf and tape around that little bird's neck.
Exactly right.
What's that bird's name?
That's enough with the celebrity alcohol. Okay, everybody has one.
Yeah, you got to have something really different. Like he could have, being a quarterback of the Cowboys, he really could have went overboard with that. And
you put it in a star bottle. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
The Dallas Cowboys cannot copyright stars.
Right.
Like you just get a bottle that's shaped like a star. Like this is shaped like you bought it on a weird night out with a person you love deeply, or maybe a stranger that you'd like to.
Which is nice.
Which is also equally,
nice.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Do your thing.
And then the way I am, the luck I have, I'd be moving something and it would hit that tag part, and then the bottle would knock over.
Yeah, that's why it's so top heavy. Because if it tastes like cotton candy tequila, people are going to pour it out and throw it away.
Please don't undersell the vanilla and frosting flavor as well.
Cotton candy tequila.
Tastes like vanilla. Quote, the reason why it's good news is because not so many celebrity-backed tequila brands kind of taste like vanilla, cotton candy, and frosting.
What about the cake alcohol? Is that off the...
Oh, like
my days in high school. That's when it was popular.
That flavored vodkas were big for a minute.
Oh, this is what this is for. Dak Prescott is an advocate for underage drinking.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's making tequila that tastes like vape juice.
Price points of $70, $90, and $100. Isaiah, it's already done. Van and I have your Christmas present selected. We're going to come through here.
I'll share it with them.
How much is it?
There were 3 price points here. So you can get the 3 expressions. Blanco for $70, the Resposado for $90, and of course the Cristalino expression is $100.
That's not a real tequila. That's a made up tequila.
$100 for a bottle of tequila.
All right,
the hotel I used to work at, the chef used to brag like, yeah, you see that alcohol over there? It's $100 a shot. I was like, I can't imagine what about a shot of anything is worth $100 unless it's like the amount of alcohol in it is equivalent to like 4 shots. Then I could see if it's like the amount of 4 shots compacted into one.
I used to go with a gal whose friends loved that sentence you just said. Anytime I would be around them, that was a big deal to them that I knew the value that they thought their drink was worth.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would drink a Bud Light because I cannot in my life.
Yeah.
I don't want to laugh at you. Like the amount of, I don't know how special a booze would need to be for it to have a price tag of that significance. Also, bad news, not available at Total Wine on Friday. I just looked it up.
Oh, bummer. What makes this tequila really stand out is when you take a shot, the first 3 quarters are fantastic, but the last quarter makes you choke.
That's really good. Mm-hmm. That's such a very good thing you said.
What I would say, you never know what you're going to get. You never know how it's going to hit you. How about that? You drink it; it's not consistent. I think that's a good one.
So it says here it's actually $69.75 because Dak Prescott wanted to make sure if you paid $70, you would get a quarterback. So smart marketing.
Very smart.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It's 2 minutes on 95.9 FM. Commercial break's going to be long because we kind of went long there, but you guys get it. We were making fun of the Cowboys. That's how it works. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Tim and On. We're live at the Horn YMCA. Come by the Horn or go by McLeod. I don't really care. They're doing their youth sports now out there at the field house, man.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's super cool, right? It's a bunch of different courts. They can play simultaneously. We're going to go every single play and practice day. So we're here doing our show like we regularly do. And normally here at 6 o'clock, there's just like a rush of volleyball kids.
Yeah.
They're all at the field house. Like, you want to go down and shoot some hoops or something? Like,
Court's open.
we could set up pickup league now.
Let's set up pickleball. Let's
League.
set that up.
Pickle ball league.
Pick up pickleball.
Pickup ball.
Pick squared.
Pickle ball.
Mm-hmm.
Pickle pub.
Nice.
Yeah, I got
Like
you.
me a nice pub.
Today, October 2nd, is the last day without a college football or NFL game until November 27th, the day before Thanksgiving.
I saw that, and that's wild.
And then that's just one day you miss. Thanksgiving, by the way, Duke City Championship Wrestling that night. Get ready. Going to be the one. 55 consecutive days of football. Buckle up.
It's too much. Okay, it's too much. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
It's too much. But guy who that's his thing is to sit down on the recliner or the couch, little lazy boy. Maybe he's got a nice ottoman. He would like to work on his posture
And he
a
really
little bit.
wants to watch the Mac.
Maybe one of those bouncy medicine balls that he likes to sit on and keep the core tight. Whatever, however you like to watch football.
The guy who's a fan of directional universities.
It's all fine. You're going to be really excited about this. Me, I'm going to spread it out. I'm still going to watch the big ones. I'm still going to watch the big rivalries. Of course, I'm going to watch the NFL. They got a little skin in the game. But is this the longest streak of football in a row ever?
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I don't have that number in front of me.
It feels like it is.
It's a lot.
Because this Tuesday and Wednesday football, this is new.
Yeah, with Conference USA and the MAC, this is their thing. And I get it. It's all for TV. Like, I get it.
Yeah, nothing else is on. No competition.
Broadcast.
If your wife doesn't make you, watch CSI Cleveland or whatever, then you're going to watch some football.
Broadcast television is dead, to be very clear.
Mm-hmm.
There's no more destination TV.
Mm-hmm.
I watch whatever we watch, Monday Night Football, or I watch one of these show teases. I don't know what to call them. They come on, hey, new series or whatever. It's the exact same actors from sitcoms in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, we're just doing old things now?
Or
each
each network has their own little stable of actors.
pod, yeah.
They're like, oh, sorry about your last pilot. It looks like no one watched it. So now you're on CSI Cleveland instead of two dudes in an ice cream store. Whatever the show is.
I got a question. I feel like one of you knows the answer to this.
I might.
Why does the first episode of so many series and shows, why is it always called pilot? What is that? Why? Breaking Bad, I'm pretty sure even that first episode was called pilot. And then you got kid shows, the first episode's called pilot. I never understood that. It's nothing else but pilot.
So I think there's a variety of reasons. The one I was aware of, I thought it meant like
take off.
No, it's the direction, right? It's to navigate the course of the series. So you're piloting the direction of the show. And I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but that's why I think it's called that.
I mean, it's like a pilot takes a test run. This is a test run of this series. If we make a pilot and the station likes it.
Oh, like a test pilot. Yeah.
It's a test run.
I think that's correct.
Yeah, it's a test run.
A little testing.
And then if the station or the production company or whatever likes it, then that'll become episode 1.
That's
and sometimes they rename pilot whatever they envisioned the name of episode 1, but usually a pilot is the first episode.
Yeah. Then you know where to start. That's the one you start. Also, they do limited series stuff too. So if you get a pilot, and then what it used to be, it's not this anymore because everything now is an 8-episode streaming deal. But it used to be seasons were 23 episodes. So it was half the year.
Mm-hmm.
Half the year you had whatever the thing was on.
And those are your 22-minute things or your 44 minutes?
Your 22s.
Yeah, your 22s.
Mhm.
So in broadcast, like who did it best? MASH, Cheers,
Seinfeld.
Yeah, all those must-see TV ones.
Yeah, Simpsons.
And that, all right, so that's a really wild one too. So must-see TV, which was Thursday night stuff before they started putting football on there. Must-see TV, which was Seinfeld and Friends and Frasier and 30 Rock and Community, and there were some other big ones that I'm missing in there too. So that all was bankrolled by movie theater. So Universal Studios would buy up all the advertising because Universal is NBC.
Mm-hmm.
So they would use all that advertising knowing that people are sitting at home to watch these shows. They would bankroll the TV shows to advertise the movies that were coming out the following night.
Accurate.
And then, so that's why that's what it was, the golden age of cinema, as a lot of people refer to it, because TV and film was as good at number one as it had ever been to that point. And a lot of people nostalgically would argue it's still as. That's probably up for debate to some degree, but that doesn't exist anymore. So now you don't have a ton of Hollywood money coming in to pay for an ensemble cast like Friends had or like Seinfeld had, because after is it 3 years? Is that what the SAG deal is? So after 3 years on a TV show, you lose those people because they become bigger then, and then they get recast or they go on to a different thing. Dick York becomes, Sergeant York or whatever. That's a Bewitched reference.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah. But that's what happens at that point. But it didn't then because they could give everyone $1 million a piece. And now you can't do that. Like, period.
Yeah, sure. With the success of Netflix, they were a one of one there for a long time. But Amazon getting their own production company, and then NBC splitting off, like NBC Universal, like that's a whole production company in between television and movies. Their competition was Fox, and Fox had all of their movies. And then MGM was what? ABC? But
Goldmyer Schmidt was one of them.
They owned one of the other ones.
Yeah.
And that's why you wouldn't see a movie advertised on every television channel, just the ones that the parent company owned.
Correct. And then it gets even more confusing, Isaiah. So then these like producers would buy access to that stuff. So say if you're like an independent whatever, A24 is like a big one now. So you get like A24 would buy distribution or marketing from Universal to advertise their movie during that time. A really famed one was MTV used to do it. So MTV would make movies, think Varsity Blues, think Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah. They would make these films, and then they would, because of their partnership with Universal, they would then be able to advertise those movies on Thursday night television, and those films end up doing really, really well on a low-cost movie budget comparatively to everything else that was going on.
And then, like, the other big movies that couldn't be advertised, that they weren't trying to get the whole populace get their butts in the theaters, those would be your Miramaxes, which is like a subsidiary, and your Lionsgates, those are your subsidiaries. That's where your Guy Ritchie's, that's where your Tarantino movies were, because you can't put the Fox name on Pulp Fiction. You can't put Universal's name on Pulp Fiction. You can't advertise that kind of movie like that. So then the subsidiaries were step in.
And then it's a whole money game at that point, right? So in 2007, the writer strikes hit. And well, all right, so there was in 2000, there was a writer strike. In 2007, there was a writer strike. And the one in 2000 is what led to shows that didn't need writers. So think like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, think like Survivor, think like those things. And then in 2007, when it struck again, that's when all the clone ones popped up. That's when You Are the Winkus Link and all those things came around. And then the money ended up working out to where you're not paying writers or showrunners or actors. You're getting contestants, and you have maybe one personality, or Regis Philbin or whatever that British lady's name was. And you end up like making that margin of gain with really low effort stuff. And then a lot of that formula still exists. That's why Steve Harvey, who by the way is terrible, so put that on your list.
I knew
that's why he is able to do 25 shows, being the only guy that draws any amount of money, which no one should give him money, but that's all other.
Yeah, well, he does work for it, because I think he's on like 24 shows.
Yeah.
Like when Mr. Potato Head made a wish to be a real talk show host,
That's a good one.
and he became Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
When he did that, I don't think Mr. Potato Head realized like how hard he was going to have to work.
Well, and it's just because Alfonso Ribeiro just wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if Alfonso Ribeiro had been a little bit better,
Mm-hmm.
and if he had not have sued Fortnite, he would have been the face of all these things, but he was too difficult to work with.
Suing Fortnite, would it backfire on him or something?
Super backfired on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he sued him for the Carlton dance, and then they said 3 dance moves is not three movements of dance is not copyrightable.
Right.
You can trademark the name, but we're not calling it that. And then Fortnite, which is huge,
Yeah.
they were like, cool, let's put him on a list. Sorry for you. I don't even think he made the Bel Air reboot.
None of the original cast did they? Yeah, and then Fortnite just said, "With this isn't the Carlton anymore. This is the Courtney Cox."
Nice. That's a good reference.
That is a deep cut.
Yeah,
too.
if you get that reference,
Yeah,
that's
congrats. If you get that reference, you're a dude. You're a real one.
So there you go, Isaiah. That's why they're called pilots.
Yeah, I guess I'm not a dude, and that is a very good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Also, not even 100% sure how accurate that is.
That's how babies are made.
Yeah. Also, NBC got rid of must-see TV in like mid 2010s, 2015 maybe. And they got because must-see TV was like for comedy.
Yeah.
They were Thursdays were for comedy. And then what did Thursday Night Football start? It had to be around that time.
Yeah.
But they also tried to do like dramatic series. Like no one wants to sit at home and watch that crap.
Well, like the death of must-see TV is like the rise of reality television, and they're like, "Oh, this is so much cheaper."
Yeah,
we get to hire like super cheap bottom of the basement writers, and we get to hire these nobodies for nothing that would just want to be famous, and then we could make these, and they could be wildly popular. This is awesome.
It's wild, like for a guy like Isaiah to understand like what like All in the Family was, or what Cheers was, or what Murder, She Wrote was.
Sure.
Like the idea that these shows could what's the terrible one from the early 2000s with the cat from here? How I Met Your Mother. How these shows would draw 30 million people an episode. Like Murder, She Wrote would draw twice of what the Giants and the Cowboys drew.
Right.
That's insane.
Because it was that or the news.
Correct.
Yeah, you had two choices.
I remember, if I can remember, correctly, when Breaking Bad, and this was in Illinois, when Breaking Bad first came out, I mean, that was when I would have friends saying they weren't watching sports because Breaking Bad was out. So I think that kind of pulled a lot of the audience from the comedy shows. You had these series that started coming out, popular series, and I think that kind of topped the comedy shows because some of them would have storylines, but a lot of them every episode would be.
Breaking Bad only exists because The Wire existed. So The Wire existed. AMC did a knockoff thing called The Shield, and then The Shield set a precedent for Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, like all of these like gritty drama things that would not have existed if The Shield hadn't been successful. And The Shield was only successful because not everyone had HBO to watch The Wire.
Sure.
Like it all super ties together in the weirdest way. Also, Michael Chiklis was pretty good.
It was critically acclaimed. It was a well-made series with good writing and acting and directing and cinematography. But I mean, since people turned on a television, there's been cop dramas. Just The Wire was the best one ever.
And that's why
that's a format that existed since television.
Well,
existed.
and then poor AMC, like they run Breaking Bad and it's a banger. They're running The Walking Dead and it's a banger. And then they don't have another thing to literally steal elsewhere. So they end up doing spinoffs. Better Call Saul allegedly ended up being pretty good. I didn't watch it. Yeah.
I can't. I get to like the third episode and I can't get into it. I don't know why.
No. Well, and then I don't know how many spinoffs there are of The Walking Dead now or whatever, but there's a bunch of them. Yeah. I mean, cool. I do something. I think they had a show called Prisoner too, which wasn't like Arliss or was. I don't know. It gets too deep at that point.
If they really wanted, I'm sure they could make a series out of Last of Us. But I think that started with the video game, so maybe that's why.
It's on HBO.
It's wildly popular.
Yeah, I watched it.
So
It was
there is
super
a TV
good
series.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I thought it was just the two movies.
No, it's got Pedro Pascal. It's really, really good.
Oh my god, I thought you were joking.
It's like the
No,
best thing.
It was like the best. This is the best show last year.
Should have watched it.
Yeah.
No, okay, so they haven't made like another one though. Like they haven't made
Season 1.
Yeah, it's only season 1.
You need my
Okay,
HBO
so
Max?
there's only one.
I'll give you my
Yeah,
HBO
yeah.
Max.
2 is coming.
Okay,
But not
That's-
for a
that's
while.
what I was getting at.
It's like
They're
still
gonna-
over a year.
Okay, yeah, that series was awesome.
Laugh track free sitcoms is what killed sitcoms. And also sitcoms got better after Laugh Track went away. Like Modern Family is really, really smart and funny.
Mhm.
But people that aren't really, really smart and funny didn't get it. And when you weren't being cued to laugh, people didn't know when to laugh and they felt like they were missing out on the deal. Sitcoms died, must see television, 2005, 6, 7, 8, right around there, I think.
I think the big breaking point, the big turning point, as you mentioned it already, Sopranos and The Wire.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't everyone? No one thought. Not a single person in television thought like we can make something as dark and gritty and long and like big budget and powerful as like a nice Oscar-winning 3-hour movie, an hour at a time for somewhere like 12, 15, 20 episodes. They're like, what? We can do that? Yes, we can. And now that's the formula for everyone.
Just wild. Also, the people like this is, I know we went too long here. This is in every industry, though. That art is now dead. Like, so those showrunners, and it's really expensive to produce sitcoms. Those guys don't exist at all anymore. And there's definitely no assistants to them who could pick it up and do their own thing. You know, after you got done with like all the Apatow comedies, there was nobody coming in after Apatow. Like when McKay and Apatow gave up, all of like our favorite comedies from 2015 before weren't going to be created again. Those guys aren't in the game. Also less incentive. There's less money to try that kind of stuff. This, that, the other thing. So there you go. That's why they're called pilots.
It's not pirate. It's pilot.
Yeah. Pirate is,
That's when you steal.
Yeah. That's LimeWire.
A pilot.
That's a whole nother thing.
When you download a pilot is a pirate.
You wouldn't download a pirate.
You wouldn't download a car.
It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Minute On. We're at the Horn YMCA. Let's go. Aubrey is with us. Also, Tank is rejoining us.
Tank who? Tank Tony?
Aubrey, did you know that Tank's name is Tank? It's not Jock. Did you know this?
I did not know that.
Is this now office news?
Yeah.
It's office news now, yeah, for sure.
Well, I think we need to send a company-wide email to alert everyone that they've been calling him the wrong name.
It's been
this
Tank the whole time.
I like my, professional name.
A little weird there.
I like the professional name. Thank you very much.
Aubrey, welcome to the show. Aubrey's the
Thank
first face you see whenever you make your way into the YMCA here at the Horn, and she'll help you set up your account. She'll help you with the first step through the door. Talk to us a little bit about what happens when you first come into the Y. Talk to us about how memberships start.
That's a great question.
Yep.
So as Jacques has stated, we like to call the Y the most welcoming place on earth.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be greeted warmly with a smile by me or Miss Lakota over there.
All right, let's go.
So yeah, she's a good one. Basically, if you wanted, the first thing we're going to offer you is a tour. We're going to give you a look around the facility.
Yeah.
Ask about your goals, what you're looking for. So
get that super Y van. That's why we're in here.
Mm-hmm.
So we can cater that tour to what you're looking
Now,
for.
if Van walks in and he says, "Hey," because a lot of people say what they say, I want to be in better shape for myself,
very big.
my family. Van is very vain. So so Van says, for the ladies,
Sure.
How do you respond to this energy?
Yeah, because I'm coming to the Y so I can get that Y on the bottom of my abs.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
a
I'm
good
talking
one.
about?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you point him right to the abductor? Is that the plan?
Yep.
Yeah.
We asked him, do you want personal training? Because we can get you there real fast.
Oh, I like that. It's a lot of diet too. It's a lot of diet, man.
A lot
Gotta
of
figure it
diet.
out.
Who has a bag of
Cheetos.
Munchies.
cheese
Oh.
fix munchies in front of me?
You can tell you eat cheese fix munchies so little because you open the bag upside down.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Well, the
Yes.
cheese falls to the bottom, so I want to eat the cheesy part first.
Aubrey,
And
let's
then
say
have the cheese dust trickle its way back down.
I'm
I'm a genius.
Let's say I'm familiar with the Y because I'm a transplant to Albuquerque, like so many are, and there was a Y in the hometown I grew up in. Is it the same tour you give everyone? Do people just hit the ground running when they come in? How do you specialize this for people?
So we have something that Jacques likes to call a pre-chat.
Oh,
We do not give the same tour to everyone.
I like
It is
that.
very much
Good answer.
catered to what you are looking for. Because if you tell me you hate cardio, why am I going to talk about our treadmills and all those specialties? I'm going to cater to what you want. So say you want strength training, that's the first place I'm taking you.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I just want to come here first thing in the morning, drink a bunch of free New Mexico Pinon coffee.
Let's do that
with my septuagenarian friends.
and talk about baseball. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can.
You can. You can actually. You
Yes.
you actually.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
can.
Literally can.
You can.
Yeah.
Like we have that crew sitting at your table currently.
The-
Tomorrow at 5:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Is the vibe different now that the kids are playing basketball over at the field house? Like, is there like pickup basketball right now here at the Horn? Like what's the gym being?
So we do have open gym hours.
So sweet.
So yeah, people can come and play. We use it for childcare. Now that school started again, we have before and after school care. So that gym's utilized quite a bit.
So after school, what time does after school program wrap up?
6
Around
o'clock.
6 o'clock.
5:30.
Yeah, and then the gym's open for me and the boys come and run.
Nah, chill,
No.
dog. It's sports around here. We got practice, bro.
And
no AI around here.
tonight we have volleyball Tuesdays and
okay.
Thursdays. Yeah, so that's part of our youth sports program. Usually there's like spots around the city for like basketball, but volleyball it all happens here in the gymnasium.
Bump set spike. Aubrey's joining us. She's talking a little bit about the Y. Tank Tony is also with us.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Van and I aren't here, right? It's just you two
Mm-hmm.
here, and the conversation's obviously about sports. What do you guys go to? Like, what is the talk here around the Y? Like, what teams are being talked about? Is it all Lobos talk? Is it all New Jersey Jets? Like who kind of leads that?
I mean, come on, bro. You know the vibes. We're not talking Cowboys, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, that's 100% for sure. Yeah, Aubrey, you got a team? Who do you celebrate?
So what sport are we talking?
All of them.
Definitely a baseball girl.
Good answer.
Um,
Yeah.
So, yeah. Jock and I are both Yankees fans.
Okay, so that makes it tough for everyone else.
What are you?
It's tatted on me. It's
You
real, bro.
you put the team's tattoo on you?
Yes, because it's real.
I do not have that tattoo.
No,
on
that
me,
tracks.
But
That
I'm,
makes
I'm not a
sense.
New York native, so.
Oh, you have to.
What's your tattoo? Costanza eating the Snickers with a fork? Is that what your tattoo
That's
is?
a good New York
Nah,
tattoo.
it's just a New York Yankees
Oh.
logo on front of the A
What
train.
is like the shield? What is it? Is it
It's on front of the A train. That's what that is.
All right, what's the A train?
The A train is the train that goes from Far Rockaway, Queens, where I'm from, all
Okay.
the way to Manhattan.
Lean back.
Word.
Do the Rockaway.
Yeah. The word. That's what that is.
Trying to help Van out.
I always thought
I'm
it was
very
Rockaware.
familiar.
I always thought it was Rockaware, but I was like 5 when the song came out. That cut me some slack. But I was wearing the Rockaware stuff starting to a little bit, and I always thought.
Oh, and you thought that was the song?
It's coming
Yeah,
back.
they
Zay.
used to do the Rockaware. Like, I got Rockaware.
It's
on.
coming back, Zay. You can wear your baggy jeans again.
Really?
I think I have a bunch of Vocals t-shirts in my closet if you want them. Like if you're
Really?
trying to.
How about Echo? You got any Echo?
Nobody wears that
No,
color.
it's like South Pole.
That's not
It's
gonna
part of
come
the
back.
culture.
Yeah.
There's so many things I could say about that I should not say on the radio. So we're gonna leave
About
that
Echo?
alone.
You don't like Echo?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Aubrey, since you learned Jock's new name, which is Tank Tony,
Mhm.
are you excited to share your childhood nickname with the Y? Is this
My
gonna be
child-
your new moniker?
I would
here?
like the backstory to take to
So would we.
It's a whole football thing.
Okay. Don't have a childhood name.
Yes, that's awesome over there.
Awesome? That's not bad. A combination of Aubrey and awesome.
Yeah.
It's a dad joke of the century.
That's wow. I feel like it worked.
That's pretty good.
Not the worst. All right, with Halloween right around the corner, how does the Y celebrate? I don't currently see any pumpkins up. I don't see any bats hanging from the ceiling. Like, what are we doing here?
Honestly, this year we're going with the balloon vibes this year. So we actually got a coloring
balloons.
contest going on currently.
Okay.
So next week, Monday, when you walk up in this spot, there's going to be some hot air balloons coming from the ceilings.
Do you need some paper clips and me to reach this drop ceiling for you?
I got a ladder, and
Okay.
so we got all that figured out already. But so we're going with the balloon vibes this year. We're keeping it local. So we know Halloween's everywhere, but we're keeping it local with the balloon fiesta. We even have a challenge going on. So the Rio River,
Yeah, that's the thing.
flows 18 miles through Albuquerque. So and in some with the splash and dash, we do
Yeah.
have our
Coolest thing I've ever seen.
our rowing challenge going on. So you hop on a rowing machine in here, row 18 miles for the month, and you get a prize here at the YMCA. So we got
That's half a mile a day.
get it going, man. Have you rowed a boat half a mile though?
No, I have absolutely.
Yo, let me tell you, that's a wake up call there. But it's just a little bit of balloon fiesta fun what happened this month. Halloween, we're gonna give out candy. We're actually gonna be at the Sheraton on the 31st. giving out
The
candy.
skeleton.
Yeah, we'll be there with Locker Room 505
Yep.
and some other folks. So we'll be there and giving out the candy, doing that. And we're encouraging all of our members to actually work out with their costume on Halloween and come get a wicked workout. You heard? Like so.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
So I dress up as Rowdy Roddy Piper,
Nice.
and I come here
In
and
the kilt.
in the kilt.
And the kill.
I mean, it's a family show, so underwear this time.
Mm-hmm.
Work out here, get my swole on, and then go out to the Rio Rancho Event Center and watch Duke Championship Wrestling.
Let's go.
I'm already dressed like Rowdy Roddy
Get the
Piper.
pump.
I'm
Get the
already
pump.
I'm already jacked.
They might think you're a wrestler after that.
I mean, I am
I mean, I say just do the show from there, really, the way I'm seeing it.
wicked smart.
Yeah, incredibly smart. Now, Aubrey, you grew up here?
I actually am originally from the East Mountains, but
That
here for
seems
13
very
years,
that
so-
seems
Super
very
close.
similar
Yeah,
for
so-
from here.
Like everybody not like you, bro. Like you asked where not Vince, where
Yeah.
Brad from. He's like, I'm from St. Louis.
Yeah.
30 miles outside of St. Louis. She's like,
Yeah.
respectfully, I'm East Mountain girl, not from Albuquerque.
I mean, my
Different places. See what I mean?
30 if you believe the East Mountains are 30 miles from here, that's wildly inaccurate. But so for you growing up here, Aubrey, is it the balloon fiesta, or are you like a lot of the townies who say balloon fiasco? Like, do you still celebrate it so many years in? Is it part of your October of fun?
I'd say absolutely. I
Yeah.
rarely go down to the actual balloon festival.
Ooh.
I am lucky enough to live where I can see them come my way anyway. Growing up, I actually would help some balloon crews hold up their balloons and like collect the balloon cards. That was the thing.
I don't know what that
I
is.
also,
Oh
so
my God.
every balloon has like a little card that you can collect, almost like baseball cards.
Yeah.
That you
You
can
have these?
collect.
I
Yeah,
have a
and they
whole
give them
bunch.
out. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's definitely a thing.
And if you get a ride with some of them, they give you like a different card than what they're just giving out everybody.
Oh, I would
else.
never go on a hot air balloon.
Oh my God, it's so amazing.
It's terrifying.
I've done probably 30 plus rides at this point.
Are you
but
being serious? That's so
That's
many.
so many rides.
That's the scariest thing I've ever heard.
So I know we're at the Y, but before I was here at the Y, I worked for Canon, and Canon sponsored Balloon Fiesta.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm.
Okay.
You know, I used to be like, "Are you too scared to go?" Well, I'm gonna go for it.
Yes,
Like,
that's me. I'm too scared. Aubrey, have you been up in a balloon?
beautiful though.
I have not. I'm not sure why I haven't, though. 'Cause I'd love to.
I would.
It's
Oh.
a magical
You've
experience.
done it.
Yeah.
A couple
It's-
times.
Yeah, it's cool. Sometimes, depending on how windy the day is, your landing could be a little bit on the rough side, but if you have fun and you ain't kick the can. So,
Oh, I don't know if I can do it though.
oh, it's so much. It's
So
How
you-
long are you up there?
You
Like,
hung
what's
out of a basket and kicked a can?
Yeah,
That's dangerous.
dangerous. Lived on the edge.
how long are you up in the air? This is a real question.
So my very first time, I left from the Cannon parking lot, which is on Jefferson, and I flew in straight into Balloon Fiesta Park. That one was probably about 20 or so minutes.
I think I could do that.
Another time I was in the air for almost an hour.
No way.
And
Absolutely
we
not.
left Balloon Fiesta Park, and we did the whole box thing. I landed back on the far side of Balloon Fiesta Park, so that was cool. So,
What is the restroom like up there?
the restroom, wow. See,
Just turn your head.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. I can't.
what we call it is
Stage fright?
rain.
Talking stage fright, Fred?
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool though. Like you go up, you hear all the dogs in the neighborhood barking, and you go up a little bit further, and it's total quiet.
Wait, because of the balloon or because of.
Just
Mm.
because we live in
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
But it is totally silent. It's beautiful. You go on a nice day, you see the sun out there, you're doing by the walking. It's nice, dude. I like one of the two things I like about New Mexico is green chili and hot air balloon ride.
Does the sun look different when you're looking at it from above?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know how I can do that.
Well, we're not looking at the sun from above, no matter. That's a whole different.
Depends on
science.
what day
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
just that's
It's all
all
perspective.
It's all
It's all
It's a whole
perspective.
different science lesson. We won't get into that.
Aubrey, final words before we go to commercial?
Come get a membership.
Right.
Yes. Get a membership.
Oh, good idea.
It's still a Jock's idea.
It's like $1
I
a
have
day.
one. I really enjoy it.
Good job.
I used to be more frequent. I'm kind of struggling now.
Come on.
Yeah, we won't even talk about you, bro.
Busy work schedule.
Yeah, I think I ran you away.
I'm
Oh.
swimming in this extra large shirt.
Yeah, you did good, though.
It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Sports Zone. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. Aubrey and Tank are still with us. Off the air, we were talking. Put that microphone in your mouth, Tank. All right, so off the air, we were talking about the golf scramble we had on Monday for the Boys and Girls Club. Obviously, we're at the YMCA right now, but we're involved in just everything in town. So we had this big golf tournament, and at the golf tournament, I play fling golf. I don't slum with.
They allow you to do this at a
golf tournament that I run.
Oh, well.
It's a charity golf tournament for a good cause.
You run.
Obviously, one team cheats every year, but that's
that was a whole other story.
That goes without saying.
Grow up.
No one cares if Fred flings golf.
No.
If it's for a good cause.
That's what I'm.
It's not the city tournament.
Also, I would fling golf in that.
Poorly.
I can birdie a par 4, and I can par every par 3.
You can par every par 3.
Yeah.
Birdie a par 4.
No, I can. It's like I get like 3 real big hoofs, like that. I can get it done.
Hard disagree. You're kind of worthless out of the team.
You know what? I'm
Dude,
not even
will
gonna
you
argue
shut
with him
up?
no more.
Like,
I'm just going to start visiting all the golf courses in the New Mexico area, and we're going to ban this thing.
Aubrey, do you want to come fling golf with me?
Sure.
Yes. See how easy that was to get people into it? Hank?
She doesn't even know what it is.
She just watched one 18-second long video, a highlight reel of me. A highlight reel.
Just be a highlight.
Flinging it. Also,
Highlight reel with him.
congratulations to
Highlight
Steve.
reel.
It was very real.
Yes.
Also, congratulations to Steve Palmisano of the Albuquerque Dukes, who hit the marshmallow the farthest and won the TV at the Boys and Girls Club golf scramble. That was ridiculous.
With the regular golf club, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just glad to hear that you're still losing.
I paid for the marshmallow. So that means I got points on the TV.
You can go over and watch that TV whenever you want.
Yeah, anytime I want.
Win?
You did.
Did you win?
Yes.
No.
Through
Fun.
osmosis.
Okay, good. Oh, I'm happy with that.
What's it called, Aubrey? Vicariously. That's what I did. Won vicariously through Steve.
That one was a tough pill to swallow for me, because I hit the second longest marshmallow drive, and I thought there is no way, in like modern physics, I could have hit any further. And Steve got me by like 3 feet. Congratulations!
Yes.
For charity, you give them $10, they give you 3 marshmallows, and you see how far you can whack it with a golf club.
I think we would be whacking some golf clubs around, some marshmallows around here pretty soon.
They only go like 30 feet, so you can do it anywhere.
That sounds good kind of fun.
No, well, Steve hit it like Roy Tin Cup McAvoy, and he just hit it on the cart path.
Okay.
And then bounced it. Even like there was nothing that could be done. Super smart move. Aubrey, have you seen Tin Cup? So good.
Okay, so let's get to the real stuff now.
All right,
sports here at the Y.
Go for it. Registration opens for the fall.
Yes, sir. For the winter.
We're in fall right now.
Yeah, we're in fall right now. I'm in here.
Somebody's
gonna win that.
The Tim Walls.
So that's gonna be a good time there. So
to the fall.
the 21st, we're kicking that off, and season will be coming. And just came in while we were talking earlier.
Yep.
The Y is teaming up with Locker Room 505. We'll be trying to cover New Mexico with Sportsy.
Let's go.
Trying to help these kids.
You doing October too?
It's October. Oh, how was
That was a question.
Yeah.
Locker 505 does October every year.
Yeah, we just trying to just join a good cause, 505, and really push that along and keep these kids nice and warm.
Over at the Skeleton?
We're doing that. We'll be there too.
So sweet.
Come on down. Actually, you might get a free.
Do that. Go to the Skeleton and then immediately go over to the Rio Rancho Event Center and watch Duke City Championship Wrestling. Kids and costumes get in for free with the purchase.
Even Deadpool.
Especially Deadpool.
Okay, my little Deadpool gonna come with me. I have to be Wolverine. So
also, me and Van are going as Deadpool. I'm going as Blake Lively Deadpool.
I'll be Abe Lincoln Deadpool.
Oh, good one.
Abe Lincoln Deadpool.
I've actually never watched Deadpool. I'm being very
Okay, it's
honest.
the greatest comedy in the last 10 years. It's not even close. Just talked about
My
this.
son asked to be Deadpool this year, and he told me I had to be Wolverine. And how do you turn a 6-year-old down on just like the greatest costume idea ever?
Yeah,
It's pretty
as
good.
far as buddy cops movie goes, like it's the best buddy
I
cop
was
combo.
all like, "Must be Sully and Mike Wazowski," but he went up to me. I was like, "I love you, kid."
We wrap up.
You'd obviously be Mike Wazowski in that
Yeah.
situation.
No, 100%.
For
yeah.
sure.
You'd be Boo.
I'd be Boo.
We wrap up the program whenever we get back. It's Tune It On 95.9 FM and AM 610 live from the Horn YMCA, the sports animal. Heck of a program today here at the Horn YMCA. The feedback I got on the sitcom breakdown was a little too significant for what I'm comfortable with.
Well, that's when we do our best work.
Explain to Isaiah how good it used to be.
Look, I always think it's the best in the current Kansas.
Okay.
It's hard to beat out nostalgia.
So JD Vance.
Television is never better than it is right now.
I'm only looking at the future. You think it's better right now?
Yeah.
Well,
I can agree. I mean, coming home, I feel like watching Everybody Loves Raymond.
that show's so.
That was a great show. Home
Raymond. Oh, bro. The whole show. That's it.
Our mom is difficult.
We're sending the newspaper to the wrong house.
Why don't we lock the front door?
Oh, God, don't get so upset, Raymond. That's the whole show.
Sounds right.
And then a wife.
Raymond, you did the thing again.
Yeah, that's the show.
Home Improvement.
Also sucked.
Same thing.
Incredibly sucked.
Oh, that's a good one. George Lopez is too mainstream. Was another good one.
I don't even know who that is. How can you be
Funny.
mainstream?
You don't know George Lopez.
Is it a boxer?
That's a good one.
Is that not accurate? I felt like that was accurate. Okay, you really tried there.
Yeah, it's episodic television, like on the streaming services, your Primes, your Apples, your Netflixes. It's better than anything that's ever been made. There are 20 shows out there that's a tier down from The Sopranos. That's never existed before. There's so many good shows.
The water cooler aspect is the part that's really lost, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because people's like their interests, like what you're into, isn't the most popular thing on television anymore. Because like my weird, like dark series and my comedies that are like maybe a sprinkle too offensive, like that kind of thing, I can't just like walk up to anybody and be like, "Oh my God, did you see what Charlie from Sunny and Philly did?" They're like, "Who's that?"
And Van is giving you a perfect example with that ownage, even his verbiage there, my. Because now that things are all destination, like you put like a pride in an ownership that you sought that thing out. So like whenever I go to make fun of a thing that Van really enjoys, like he can't laugh at that. He has to argue that because that's the thing he found. As opposed to when you were watching Survivor season 1 or whatever, and no one cared. It was just the thing that was on. You could have multiple conversations about it. It's wildly different how people connect with media now. Wildly different.
I don't have to sit down and watch Seinfeld on Thursday at 10 o'clock Eastern. Like that's not a thing I have to do anymore. I was never the biggest Seinfeld guy, but that's just the example I'm making. Like I can conjure up the episode I want to watch whenever the hell I want to watch it.
What did you say?
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, if we were all sit down, like here's a real thing. If we all sat down and watched Dallas, which ran for over 20 years,
right,
and did our own reactions to it, that would be the most entertaining thing ever to people over 60. Like they would super relate to that because they remember these jokes forever ago. They remember these terrible stories. If we sat down and did a podcast, it was only the first 10 seasons of The Simpsons. Like it would go over like gangbusters with a certain audience.
A certain audience.
Because people miss that connection.
I know you guys like Full House. Come on.
Well, TGIF was its own thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would watch TGIF because it was paid for by Fox, or not Fox, ABC. And they were doing the exact same thing with Metro Goldmyer Schmidt. There it is. And it was so that was the Thursday Night Football of kids was TGIF.
Right.
All those shows, Step by Step and whatever else.
Full House.
Yeah, the
Family Matters.
Family Matters was on there. And I wasn't allowed to watch Family Matters because I grew up in the Midwest.
Yeah.
So there's a whole other conversation. Yeah, for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Wild, the world that we came up in. Like, wildly different. Then you end up with like Saturday morning cartoons was a whole nother conversation.
I couldn't explain that.
The FCC had to regulate telling you when a commercial came on because advertisers made such an effort to trick you into buying their sugary cereals and toys, disguising them as cartoons. Oh. That's what happened. We'll be right. That exists. Kids, and then all these years later, you lose $22 million in the Jacksonville Jaguars and gambling, and you sue because you can't.
Is that why some commentators will say right after the commercial break, or that's just them talking?
That's just
okay. Isaiah back at the studio. Thank you for TV 101 today.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
Van, final words from the Horn YMCA.
I love the YMCA, and you should watch the opening drive tomorrow morning with Jeff and JJ.
Yeah, also season 1 of Lost. Just let us know what you think. That's our whole deal. Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow, Burke.